Let's go.
Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews, as always. My name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And you can tweet me as well, Dan Who Reviews. Hello, how you doing? We're back to Thursdays. Doesn't it just feel right? Like, I know originally we didn't really want to do Thursdays, but I feel like we've just sort of planted our flag in Thursdays, and now feels weird if we don't do a Thursday. So we're back to Thursdays, and of course I can't do it on my own. Here he is with me, Hero.collections. Okay, Brandon, how you doing, my friend?
Yo, happy Thursday, bro. How are you?
I'm all good. Doesn't it feel better on a Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday is our day, man.
Yeah, we're taking.
You know, it's too mainstream to do Friday or any other day that isn't Thursday.
Well, we share the day with Kevin and Toying Around and the Toy Amigos,
Yes,
but they're on different time zones than us, so we can
get away with it.
Yeah, it's all good. There's no collisions. I just have to stay up really late if I want to join the Butter Nation. But hello, how are we doing? Obviously, today we're going to be joined by the legend that is Shartimus Prime. He will be joining us very shortly, but I said to him, let me just go through the housekeeping stuff. You don't want to hear me ramble with some boring nonsense. And then we'll bring him in to talk some toys properly, all right? So we're just going to go through it real quick. Today, we are going to be talking about Hasbro Pulsecon, of course, because I don't know if anyone's seen my video, and I don't mean to make Brandon jealous. It's really not my intention.
And Dan, don't you have special reveals?
No, I don't know where that got from. Someone posted something on a Facebook group. I have no reveals. I never said I had a reveal. Where did that come from?
I don't know where that came from.
I said I had a box of toys, but I've already opened it. It's massive.
Yeah.
Okay.
That unboxing video was great as well.
So forgive me if I'm plugging Hasbro Pulse. I sort of feel obliged to, but I was very impressed, and we can talk about that a little bit later on. But of course, that is this weekend. We're going to be getting reveals tomorrow and Saturday, so it should be a good weekend. Probably an expensive weekend for our wallets, especially if all those exclusive go live as well. But first, let's just get into it. Hello to everyone who's here. I can see a few people in the chat already waiting. Let me just go through this housekeeping real quick. Brandon will say hello to the chat, and then we'll bring Shartimus in here to start talking about some toys, all right? So let me just scroll down. Today's not Legends and Liquor, but I'm still drinking some liquor. I feel a bit posh, though, today. The missus put it in a glass for me, so I don't feel like so much as a fog. Still delicious, though. Still waiting for that sponsorship. Right, let's... Let me just press my buttons.
I get so worried about these knees at the moment. You know how we were saying last week, how the knees on some of the new joints, sometimes like you have to move one part and then the other part?
Yeah.
I reckon
it's for the greater good.
No, it's really it's much better. But I just was explaining that's why I had that like concentrated face on just then, because I was like, oh no, don't break.
Well, while you're doing that, let me just plug away.
Yes,
Let me plug away. It's all good. We always start off with Hero.collections, of course. Brandon, got anything new for us on Instagram?
I do actually. It's going to go up in about 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Got loads and loads of stuff over the next couple of weeks. I've been shooting away. So
he's got that camera out.
I think for the next couple of weeks, it's going to be at least a post a day, I think.
Beautiful.
But we'll see.
Hero.collections on Instagram. The link is in the description, of course, as always. And then, as always, on a Thursday, we have Friday. Anything over £4 or $4, our Talking Robot Assistant Friday will read out your super chat or your Streamlabs donation. The link is in the description as well. Either or, much appreciated. Both of them Friday reads. As I said, support the channel. Be a part of today's conversation. I might mute this a little bit later when Shark comes in because I feel bad because he can't hear it. Brandon's used to it by now. But yeah, so I may mute it a little bit later. But of course, we'll always swing back around to it. So if you want to be involved in today's conversation, that's the way to do it. £4, $4 Friday, much appreciated. Again, thank you to everyone who's hit that join button. Thank you to we had a great episode of Legends of Liquor. I had 7 people on screen at a time. Again, I'm beginning to master this Streamlabs. I'm not going to lie. I need a better computer, but I feel like a TV producer back here with all these buttons and screens in front of me. So yeah, I'm ready to go. Hit that join button, show some love, or join the members club. Either or, much appreciated. Support the channel, and in return, I'll get you on the channel you're supporting. It's a magical full circle thing, and you also get to use the special emojis that are only here. Thanos Copter, Brandon's old logo, Hellfire Hank, Frogman. There's even a rich emoji now. There's a duck emoji, I think. No pins, pow, hit, miss. Magical, all on theme, all on brand. Legends and Liquor. I was going to do a sneaky Legends and Liquor this week, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Instead, we're going to do a special Halloween edition of Legends and Liquor next Sunday. And I'm going to invite all our guests to dress up as something and have a weird Legends and Liquor. It's going to get weird, people. It's going to get weird. But you know what to do. Hit that join button. And if you want to join us for a fancy dress version of Legends and Liquor for Halloween, it's going to be a very creepy episode. Only because it's going to be a bunch of grown men all in Halloween costumes sat in front of the computer. That's what's creepy. But anyway, Legends and Liquor next week. That's how you do it. Hit that join button. Buy a t-shirt. Buy a Hellfire Hank t-shirt. As I said, these are exclusive. These might not be there for long. The design may be changing. We're working on it. So be with. And I'm still working on that Thursday Crew t-shirt as well. I'll make it happen. Yes, let's... I remember I can get the chat up while we're both here as well, which is always useful. So I'm going to send this little invite out to our good friend Shart, and you can say hello to people if that's all right, Brandon.
Yes,
if that's all right with you.
Let's see who we got. So starting from the top, Tac Toys with Filmers here. Go and check out his channel. CJ is here. Says evening everybody. Gahubri J, Omar V, Jamie, Fortress Metimus is here. Fortress Metimus. That sounds like a new name. Good to have you here, buddy. Logan Extends Toys is here. Says power. Good evening, boys, and good day, everyone else. Welcome, Sharp to it. Stan Who. George W101 says just got a takeaway to have during the stream. What takeaway did you get, George? The Wolfpack Tour review is in the house. We also have Cloud Foxwell. What's good, everyone? Maverick 5 UK. Mark Rose, Rich M. Laser Pants is here. Go and check out the Infinity Equation. David Evan Smith is here. Says good afternoon from New York. Graphitoy says hello. Omega Weapon is in the house. Jason Lopez says twas the night before Pulsecon. Berserk69 is here. Thirsty for Chicken says hello, friends. Striding, Home Dude, Screwed Toys, Ultron Gamer. Who else we got? Hero of Collectors here says made it just in time. How's it going, everyone? Rush McGowan says he's checking in. Jermaine is here. Clintastic 4 says hey, howdy, hey. Eric Alfred Abel is here. Your boy's got toys.
Wow.
Home Dude, I said. Hero Collectors. Who else we got? We on Lose is in the house. One of our Canadian friends. The Sunny Channel is here. Says, what up, Dan? What up, Brandon? Lizzie Hearts is here. Rectangular says, I liked... Rectangular is here. Cowboy Collector says, howdy. Nathan is here.
By the way, shout out Mark Tac. He put a little a little donation in. He says, I brought the Mafex Gambit based off Dan Who review.
Oh no.
Yes.
I have not fallen into that trap just yet.
Right, let's
getting close.
Let's bring our guest in here. Let's bring him in. Let's press some buttons and get him in here. Let it dial up. There you go. There he is. The legend, Shartimus Prime, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause.
Yay.
I don't know if you can hear us yet, but I promise one day I'll get that sound effect, that clapping sound effect for when our guests arrive. You there, Russ?
I am here with the feedback. All right, there we go. Sorry about that.
It's all good on our end. You're good, my friend. You're good.
Oh, okay, excellent. I'm trying to keep a window open. I think I lost a window, but I could see. Where'd it go?
How's your Thursday afternoon going? You're all right. Well, yes, Thursday afternoon for you, right? On the West Coast.
Yeah. Thursday afternoon. Thanks so much for having me on and everything, you guys. Good to see you again and everything.
Thank you. Well, as I was just saying to Brandon, because there is obviously this weekend, it's got so many bloody reveals and so many brands. There's so much stuff to talk about. If it's all right with you, we can just focus on some Hasbro Pulsecon stuff, if that's good with you, because I believe you got a box just like me.
I would love to talk about Pulsecon stuff. That sounds great. And I do have a box that kind of looks similar to yours.
Yes.
But I have not indulged in it yet. I haven't really opened it yet. So I have an unboxing video coming up later today. And then another live stream later tonight where I will actually be opening everything in my box. Well, not everything. I'm not keeping it all.
Oh, you're a better man than me. I'm keeping it all. I'm like, no one's having any of this. This is all mine. I'm like, I'm just putting it in a pile and hugging it.
No, I don't blame you at all. But I kind of have a lot of stuff around, and I thought, maybe, maybe I could share some.
You're a nice guy.
I think I'll be okay.
As I said, you're a better man than me. You're a better man than me. All right, let me. We were just saying hello to the chat, but let's get into the meat and potatoes, shall we? Because as I said, tomorrow is the 22nd of October, and I did this on Legends and Liquor, where basically I was just brought up the panels from Friday and Saturday, and we're just going to go through the brands and talk about what we'd like to see or what you think you might see, because you collect quite a bit, Shark, right? You dabbled in a lot of the Hasbro stuff.
Oh yes, yeah, a lot. A lot of Hasbro stuff, and there's even stuff that I don't get a chance to talk about that I wish I could talk about, just that I don't have time for. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm pretty excited. 22nd, what are they talking about revealing on the 22nd?
Let's scroll down.
I think it's like everything but Marvel, right?
Yeah, so on the 22nd, just a quick recap first, so everyone should be able to see this on the screen. Day one, they're kicking off at 11 a.m. Eastern. So that's pretty early for you, right? That's about 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're kicking
I'll be
off
up before then.
The Power Rangers. So Power Rangers first. But they're starting off with a Dino Fury panel. So you won't get any new product reveals until it says about 10 past there. So a little cheeky Dino Fury panel, but I'm not up to date with the live action Power Rangers stuff, but I'm there for anything Mighty Morphin. So let's start there, shall we? Let's start with Power Rangers, all right? Because I know Brandon's a fan, and I know he's waiting to complete teams, but we'll start with our guest. You said you don't get to talk about some of this stuff. Power Rangers, Shark, like, where do you fall? Because everyone's like has their own generation of the Power Rangers depending on their age. Was that something you were familiar with, or is it something that you skipped by, or Power Rangers?
Yeah, no, Power Rangers, I was into Mighty Morphin. That was like the only Power Rangers that I actually really got into. And and I think after they had changed it after that, I'd lost interest or something or maybe a little bit later. But yeah, Mighty Morphin was, that's my Power Rangers. When I think of Power Rangers, it's always Mighty Morphin. I never got into any of the other ones. So whenever I see announcements and people are getting excited about, like Dino Thunder and all the other stuff, I don't really know anything about those, but I look forward to more monsters. Like that's what I would like to see from the Lightning Collection is more monsters.
Yes, again, that's a perfect opportunity just for me to show off my box. This was like low key one of the most exciting things about the box.
Yeah, this is really good.
Where is he? I told you it's a big box. I nearly fell into it then. Finstar, the guy who made all the monsters.
Yeah.
So yeah, I completely agree with you, Shah. I'd love to see more monsters. I think so far, apart from obviously what we've already seen, the only thing they've got revealed is the Hasbro Pulsecon is an actual pig, isn't it? It's the pig monster in a lunchbox.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, I completely
forgot
so
about that will actually go up for pre-order tomorrow, and again, hopefully Hasbro Pulse have this stuff in stock ready to go, but it may also be on a boat in the middle of the ocean. We have no idea. Sure, but still, that is the exclusive. Are you both interested in the pig? What's the pig's official name? I can't remember his name either.
I can't remember any of those names.
Someone in the chat will tell us, I'm sure.
Like any of those monsters, like I couldn't tell you like one name of any of those things, but I could recognize them, right? Like I remember there's like the one with the eyeballs and stuff, right? And
yeah, so that's
guy. That's the only one I remember.
That's a funny example because we're sitting here going, what are the names? Do you know the one with eyes? Do you know the eye guy? You're like, yeah, that's his name, Eye Guy. It's not actually. They didn't think too hard about it. But are you both going to be going for the pig? Are you going for the pig, Shark? You want the lunchbox?
Oh yeah. I'm definitely all for the pig. Definitely, yeah. I've gotten the. I mean, they only have 3, right, for Mighty Morphin? Like the Raven,
the Finks,
Pumpkin, and Raven. There's only 3. I think.
What's the Raven one? The Tenga Warriors. Yeah, the Tenga Warriors, the army builders. Yeah,
that's
these
right.
guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. These guys.
Yeah. I told you can name any of them.
There you go.
And those that's an army builder, right? I only have one of those, but if I remember right, that's an army builder.
Yeah. So these replaced the putties. So in further seasons, like these started working for Lord Zed, but they were basically debuted in the movie with Ivan Ooze, but because the costumes were made, it sort of moved into the I think maybe the 3rd or 4th season of Mighty Morphin. But yeah, these are technically army builders, and this is a beautiful fig, by the way.
Yes, yeah, I have that one.
So yeah, apart from Guy and the pig, I don't think they've revealed anything else yet. So I would like to see some more monster reveals. Brandon, you going for the pig and the lunchbox? You're going to use that lunchbox, take it to work, pack your lunch in it?
So it's funny. I was nodding along while you guys were mentioning the monsters, but then I turned around and thought, actually, I haven't got any of the monsters yet. I haven't got Sphinx. I haven't got the pumpkin one. I probably won't get the pig. I didn't. Did I guy go for pre-order?
No, I don't think he's up.
Sure.
No, I think he is actually.
Right?
No, I think it is. No,
or
I
did
think
they
he
just
is.
reveal it?
I think he is up for pre-order. Someone in the chat will tell us, but I think Guy is actually up for pre-order. And Pudgy Pig, his name is.
Pre-ordered that on
Pig.
Amazon. I could be wrong, but for some reason I want to say I pre-ordered it on Amazon, but I could just be making it up.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it may have gone up for pre-order already. But for me, Power Rangers goes from Mighty Morphin all the way up until SPD. So that's like what 93 up until 2005 ish.
Yeah, Brandon's a young man. Remember, he's a generation below us, out above us. So
yeah, I'm 96 as opposed to So I'm young still. But
wow.
that's like my main focus is completing those teams. But what I do want is more villains, but more big bads. You know, like the fact that we got Zed and we got Rita already is great, but I want to see Rancor from Time Force. I know you guys aren't going to know who these are. Mesagog from Dino Thunder. I'm hoping someone in the chat knows.
We're just nod politely. We're just both nod politely.
They're like your big bads in the same way that Zed.
Yeah, of course.
Is the big bad
I get it.
Mighty Morphin. So like I'd love to see more villains and more generals like that, you know, like Goldar, you know, like those level characters are the kind of ones that I want to see, because as great as the monster villains are, I just don't really have the shelf retail space for them, you know, real estate for them. Like I got about 4 or 5 putties, I think. I've got 4 cogs, I've got 3 Tenga warriors. But they're currently all sat bubble wrapped in like my Army Builder Power Ranger box, you know? So because again, I will use them for photos, but I don't really have the shelf space for them because, you know, a different line kind of takes up most of the space.
What teams need completing for you?
I understand. I understand. Yeah.
Those, yeah, exactly. Those collection videos, they're always amazing. Russ, but I think for me, I'm hoping. I think by the end of this year they'll have finished Mighty Morphin for sure, Zeo, and In Space. Next year I'm hoping we get Dino Thunder finished, SPD finished, Lost Galaxy is a bit of a stretch, but I hope they finish that. I hope they start Ninja Storm and finish Ninja Storm next year, at least with the core 3.
It's mad to think there's certain teams they haven't even started yet. I just assumed that they'd started at least every team, but they haven't even hit some of them yet.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that there are so many of those later shows that they haven't, or later teams that they really haven't dug into yet. But I think the reason why is it's a relatively young line still. There's 25 or 30 odd years of history there, of Power Ranger history, and there's so many characters to draw from. So plus the Boom comic stuff, like the fact that we're getting those turtles, let's face it, would either of the 3 of us have sat here a year ago and predicted that was coming?
No. Are you getting them, Shah? Right? Are you going for the Turtle Power Rangers?
No, definitely not. I can't. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I'm just I can't. I don't know why. I'm hating. Hating. I can't really? Tell you why. Which is the best kind of hate, because it, you know, hate doesn't make sense.
Are you actually read the comic it comes from?
No.
Okay. So I was sort of on the same page as you were, like, thinking, oh, really? Is it just a gimmick? Is it just like a... But, like, the story has got some love to it. Like, you can clearly tell whoever's written this likes Power Rangers and likes Turtles, and the way they've merged them makes a lot of sense, and it has little winks and nods to fans of both Mighty Morphin and the original Turtles. So, like, I would recommend, because this is only maybe 8 issues in a paperback, so it is an easy read. Like, But for me, now I love Power Rangers and I love Turtles. So I'm like, of course I like this.
Okay, so first off, I had no idea that existed.
Really?
I had no idea there was a book associated. Yeah, I didn't know that the comic existed. Second off, who wrote it?
People at Boom. I'm terrible when it comes to that type of stuff.
Because I like the Power Rangers comics from Boom Comics. I was really enjoying those.
This is Boom, I believe. Someone in the chat will. I'm sure Rich M can help me out in the chat. But like this is this is
Chuck Austin writing. It was Chuck Austin writing some of the Boom comics.
It says Ryan Patriot, Simone Di Maio, and Walter Ballamore. Again, I'm probably pronouncing them completely wrong, but it's a Boom comic, and it's it's got little cheeky things. Like it's got the Zord, for example, is Metalhead. They turn Metalhead into a Zord and stuff like that. And like it's about like a quick elevator pitch is one of Tommy's family members goes off to work for the Foot. So Tommy goes off to try and infiltrate the Foot to try and save one of his family members type thing. And it's like, it's honestly, I do reckon if you're on the fence and you just don't get why it's happening, it's because of this. And I like this. I do like this.
I'm down for a good read. I may still not pick up the toys, but like... I'm now you're selling me more on the book than the actual figures still, but yeah, I'd rather I'd be down to take a read for sure. I like to read. So
well, talking about Boom, they are doing a Boom panel, and then after that, I'm assuming they may reveal more Boom figures or something. Who knows? But after that, they've got a Ghostbusters segment. Now I believe on the Instagram, Hasbro have already said that they've got no new toys to reveal. So what's your sort of fandom on Ghostbusters? Shart, like, are you a fan of Ghostbusters? Do you have the toys? Do you have any of the retro stuff? Like, where's your fandom live with that?
Right, yeah, man. Ghostbusters has been like a family thing for me since way back. Like, me, my brother, my dad was really into Ghostbusters, and he had like the original VHS. Like, it was like one of the few original VHS tapes that he had, and it was like all black with this nice like red trim on it with the Ghost logo in the front and everything, the Ghostbuster logo. Those first two movies, love those first two movies. The one with the SNL cast and everything was a disaster. That was like, I actually liked 2 out of the 4 Ghostbusters from that, and I hated Chris Hemsworth in that. That was like ridiculous. Like
Chris Hemsworth, like, I don't like it when he's being goofy. Like, I know he can be funny, but at the right time. In that film, he was just a goofball.
Like Magic Mike the hell out of him or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, okay,
it's like the dumb guy who's really hot.
Yeah, it was like eye candy for the man bod lovers, which is like, okay, that's cool for them. Definitely not my cup of tea, no pun intended, but seriously, not my cup of tea at all. And but surprisingly, I liked 2 of the characters from that movie. Like I can't remember their names, but the 2 the African American character and the Egon looking one.
Yeah, they're both the Saturday Night Live cast that you were talking about.
Yeah, I think all 4 of them were SNL, right?
At some point they were, yeah.
At some point, yeah, but those 2 are like current SNL. And those 2 were my favorite characters. Like, those 2, for me, like, they actually carried on, like, some of the tradition of having kind of like something to really offer to a team, you know? But the other 2 were just kind of like goofballs with their ad lib, and it was just a disaster. So enough of that. Afterlife looks cool. I saw the Afterlife trailer. I actually haven't reviewed any of the Plasma series figures, but I have picked up everything. Like, I bought everything. None of it free. I bought them all. Like, I wanted all of the Plasma series figures. Wait. I may have gotten a Pulsecon.
It was Tully's Terrible Night where he's got the.
I bought that one. No, I bought that. Yeah, so I bought all of those figures, and I haven't reviewed them at all. But yeah, I've had them, and I think they're really cool. So, but yeah, I was gifted the new Afterlife figures, and I'm going to be talking about those on the channel, and I'll compare them to to the Wave 1 Plasma Series figures. But I may do a Wave 1 Plasma Series all at once. But yeah, I've always loved Ghostbusters, and the real Ghostbusters cartoon was something that I was really into.
Yeah.
I loved the real Ghostbusters action figures. I loved the toy gimmicks that they had. The Wolfman was my favorite one, and the football player with the back mouth. I mean, I loved those toys.
That Wolfman awesome. Like crossed over into all of my different toy lines as a villain as a kid. That Wolfman,
yeah,
because he was wearing that ripped white shirt of the tie, wasn't he? If I remember correctly, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, with the blue pants.
Yeah. Brandon, you were definitely too young for that, because we sort of forced Brandon. Brandon had never seen Ghostbusters when we started streaming, so like, it was like a running joke that we got Brandon to watch it eventually.
Oh, dude, that librarian scene, that terrified me as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, that librarian was like the scariest ghost from all of them.
That's still scary now. I tried to get my niece, who's like 5, to watch Ghostbusters, and like soon as that scene come on, no way, she didn't want to watch the rest of it. And I was like, you know what? This is scarier than I remember. Like, you blur it out as you get older, but you don't realize how terrifying it is as you get for a kid.
Yeah. For me, it scared the hell out of me. Wow, I'm just thinking about all the...
Have you been getting any of the reissues, the Kenner reissue stuff, like the Ecto 1, and they did the real Ghostbuster reissues?
I have the Ecto 1 from... I have the transforming Ecto 1.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
And then I did pick up the Ecto 1 that was released, several months ago. I don't know if that was like an exact reissue to anything, but it was supposed to be 1/12 scale, I think.
There was a Plasma Series one, but it was basically it's called Plasma Series, but it's not in scale with the Plasma Series. So like they sort of slipped it under the radar. Note, like, it's just frustrating. Like, we'll call it Plasma Series when it's not in scale with the Plasma Series. It's like,
damn it. So that's the one I bought. Yeah.
It's like, it's definitely too small for the figures. Brandon, obviously, I know you're not going to be interested in any of Ghostbuster reveals, but question: are you ever going to watch Ghostbusters 2?
I will watch Ghostbusters 2.
Halloween season, perfect excuse.
Exactly. I might even do it. Halloween weekend next week. I might watch Ghostbusters 2, and then go and be the first one in line for Afterlife when it comes out in the cinema. Is that coming out soon?
I hope so.
Is it this year or is it next year? I know it was supposed to be earlier this year.
No, it's November. I do think it's November.
Is it really?
I think it's November. Yeah. Because that new trailer just come out, and that's like the final trailer. So I do think Afterlife's coming out in November. It's weird how films like that and films like Scream are not coming out on Halloween 19th. Weekend.
Yeah.
There you go, 19th. There you go.
Yeah.
November 19th. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Because, Ghostbusters and we go way back. I'm very deeply attached to the brand and the characters.
Of course, yeah.
It means more to me than anything else on the shelf behind me. So I'm very, very keen. And did I sell it?
Keep going.
Yeah.
Well, like Shart, I've brought all of the Plasma series, and like in my head, I'm building this like epic display, but I haven't actually took any of them out of the boxes yet. Because I just love the concept of, because I love the Marvel Legends scale. So I love the idea of another franchise, another thing that I love being in scale with everything else on my shelf. Like, for me, I just like a streamlined display. Everything can cross universes, so I love the concept of the Plasma series. I've got one of the Wave 2 figures in this box behind me, actually. What's the character's name? So I've got Lucky. And do you know what I like about this? She's got a remote control card version of the Trap, which I think is pretty cool.
I need that one. That's the last one I need for Wave 2. So I'm hoping I have
might
that
be in the
one
box.
in the box.
Yeah, it might be in the box.
Yeah, but I haven't opened it yet, so I'm leaving it for the surprise later today when I actually dig in. So let's fingers crossed.
There you go for Lucky. Hopefully you're lucky for Lucky. Okay, moving down the list then. So after Ghostbusters segment, whatever that is, whatever they do, we get into Transformers. Now, obviously, Shartimus Prime would be a miss not to talk about Transformers. So did you start your channel on Transformers? A lot of people, especially people that are familiar with know you for Marvel Legends, but was it Transformers that got you onto YouTube, right? That's one of your first loves.
Yeah. That's like, I mean, there was Turbo Teen and then there was Transformers. Like, my earliest memory of cartoons, like, I really think Turbo Teen was like the first thing and then Transformers right after that. So definitely wanted to start at the channel talking about Transformers. I think, yeah, my very first review was a knockoff of a Devastator figure, and to me, it was a funny video, so that kind of inspired me to do more. And then like the next couple of videos were Transformers based, and no one cared. And then a YouTuber by the name Tony DeBeaner had his X-Men Marvel Legends display, and I figured, hey, I'll show off my Avengers Marvel Legends display because the world doesn't need 2 X-Men displays on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like he got that covered. Nobody has to talk about X-Men anymore. He nailed it. I'll talk about Avengers. That's how small
YouTube has changed now. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. So I talked. So I did my Avengers display, and that's where things really kind of took off. And Century Productions and really inspired me to do more.
That is the same Century Productions who's now taken some sick ACBA photos, right?
Oh God, he's gotten so good. That's like one of those things that if anybody out there says like, oh, I suck at photography, that's like, yo, dude, like, look, Century has been saying that for years, and then all of a sudden he just got off his ass and started trying really hard, and like, he's kicking so much ass. So,
it's a name that I always heard you say when you used to talk about how you started and stuff, but he was like, for years he was doing nothing online. He just went nowhere, and then like this last year he's just came back out, and his Instagram's like on fire. Like every photo he puts up is fire.
Yeah, really, really good. He did one of Rhodey in the Hall of Armor the other week, and it was just amazing.
Do you know when you first did those YouTube videos, and you said that you put up your Avengers one? Did it annoy you that more people were gravitating towards Marvel Legends, or were you happy to swerve in that direction because you love Transformers so much?
Oh, I'm to this day I'm bummed out that, like, I mean, it's one of those things like, God damn, it's kind of like Asian chicks, like they don't think I'm an attractive dude, but I kind of like how they look. You know what I mean? It's like Transformers, like I like that, but like that community is just not into me. Like, I'm just not that liked. You know what I mean? Like me being kind of, you know what I'm talking about?
I get it. The Asian chicks don't like me either. Don't worry about it. I get it.
But like, it's just not like whatever this does, like whatever limpness this gives to the TF community. It's like, okay, I'm just not really. So for whatever reason, when I talk about Transformers, it's not. But at the same time, it's like, the more I put into doing Transformers reviews, the more I get out of it. It's like, the fact is that more people want to hear me talk about Marvel Legends than anything else. And with this being, how I sustain, my income and all that on YouTube, like I kind of have to keep that in mind. But it's been a little while since I've talked about Transformers, and there's several Transformers I want to talk about. I still love my Transformers. I still pick them up. And but I've been overwhelmed with all these Marvel Legends. I got all these Eternals to open.
They're not getting enough love, by the way. People are like saying, "Oh, peg warmers are not good," and I'm like, "Look, the film's not even out yet. Like, you're just hating on them for no reason."
Well, it's one thing to look at pictures, but when you hold them in hand, there's some things here that I'm actually really impressed by.
Yep.
Like,
man.
Like the accuracy of the paint applications, just that on its own, it's like, wow.
All unique molds as well. I thought, when I first seen these pictures, I just assumed there's a couple of repaints or reuse. But when you get those figures in hand, you realize every single Eternal character is uniquely sculpted with their own costumes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really good.
And accuracy. I mean, the paint apps, like the moles on this one's face, you can't see it because it's washed out with the lighting.
Emma Chan, yeah, she's 2 characters in the MCU. She is.
Oh, who's she in? What else?
Captain Marvel, Minerva. Doctor. I don't think she's a doctor, but it's Dr. Minerva in the comics.
Oh,
the
she
blue
was
face.
Minerva.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. Okay,
yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has a mole here, and I thought those were.
Mate, were you rubbing it with your thumb trying to get them off? It wasn't until I seen pictures online,
I was like,
and I felt really bad. Yeah. When I pulled up a picture, a side-by-side comparison on my review, and I genuinely thought the same. I was literally rubbing my thumb across her face trying to get rid of these marks. And then when I pulled up the side-by-side, I was like, oh shit, that's how accurate they've got it. They've got her 2 little beauty spots on her face. So I was like, I felt so bad after that.
I've made that mistake before, so
yeah.
I didn't apply too much pressure on the main.
So good job I didn't get the little X-Acto knife out and just give it a little flick.
Oh,
Sometimes that's what I do. That. Imagine that. She would have felt that at home wherever she was. She would have went like a voodoo doll. She would have something just happened, holding her chin. Anyway, back to Transformers, because I do feel bad. As I said, like, so Transformers wise, what are you? Forget the YouTube channel for a second. What are you buying? What do you enjoy having Transformers wise? Are you into the movie stuff, the base stuff, or is it all classic G1? What are you into?
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, Masterpiece is my number one. So if there's I don't think they're going to give any Masterpiece reveals or anything, because that always comes out of Takara Tomy first, right?
Yeah.
But I'm curious to know if they give us some more Beast Wars. I don't know what other Beast Wars characters that we need.
There may be something in that box Beast Wars related.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've seen some pictures online, so I know what you're talking about. There's some the War for Cybertron trilogy stuff. I ended up liking those figures a lot more than the cartoon. I have yet to see the last episode of the Netflix series, because I couldn't stand the voice actor for the T-Rex Megatron. Like, it really, really hurt me a lot.
Is the show any good? I've genuinely not even watched a frame.
I honestly
of it
think
yet.
it's horrible. Like, I really don't like it. Like, I really like. And there's dialogue that is so slow.
Oh, okay.
Really?
When we're talking, we talk. It's slow.
Yeah,
it's like, you guys are stalling this episode like crazy, man.
That would be frustrating. The Wolf Mother just dropped in a nice super chat. Shout out the Wolf Mother. She says, "Don't sell yourself short, Shartimus. Some Asian chicks might be into you."
Oh yeah, it's a rarity though. It definitely happens, but it's a very rare. It's like you're looking at like a 4% or something like that.
Wolf Mother, you got any Asian friends? You have to ask, do a little survey for scientific purposes, of course. Obviously, just
for
education. Yeah, just going around with a picture of Shartimus, going yes or no, yes or no.
No. I dated an Asian chick for a while before I met my wife and everything, and I was able to be around enough to get enough of the.
Did your own survey back in the day? All right, fair enough.
I was like, okay, there's like a small percentage, but most of the time.
Okay, let's keep scrolling down day one, because we've still got day 2 to get to, and that's the main event in my eyes. But the main event for day 1, so after Transformers, at about 1 p.m. Eastern, they're getting into the Star Wars offerings. Now, there's 2 panels for Star Wars. You've got the Star Wars HasLab panel, and then you've got the you've got the Star Wars offerings, and then the Star Wars HasLab panel. So let's start with the HasLab, because I know both of you guys are Star Wars fans. Well, actually, Shark, what's your levels of fandom with Star Wars in regards to figures and just Star Wars in general?
Oh man, yeah. I feel bad for Brandon not getting a moment here, but yeah.
People have seen Brandon for 63 weeks. They know what Brandon likes.
I'm like hogging up the airspace, but I love Star Wars. That's another family thing.
I'm just posing figures listening to you.
Every day he's posing action figures every day. That's what he does.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay.
There you go. See.
No, the Star Wars is another family thing. Like, that's like that with my dad taking us to see Star Wars. That was actually my gateway into collecting, was with Star Wars figures. So, we talked about Star Wars Power of the Force was like my first real action figure collection, where I would have to have one in the box and then, one to open. But my Min-On card collection was way bigger than the opened collection. And but anyway, we got into dioramas and stuff with the baking soda on the table. And
wow.
During the Battle of Hoth, my brother and I would do that, and we'd do stop motion with the speeder bikes.
Nice.
That's like kind of like the beginning of like really anyway. All right, so I digest. I don't know. There is God, I'm trying to think of like what I would like to see from Star Wars, because like the stuff that I know that you got in the box over there, that stuff looks great. I'm happy with that, especially the cantina scene and everything. But I haven't really, as far as it's like I've been really happy with the Black series. I just wish that they would. I mean,
You want more carbonized figures? Just say it, Shartimus. Just say it.
oh, the Carbonite figures are cool. I just wish that they would go back to double jointed elbows and double jointed knees. I don't like their uniform articulation that they have across the board. Like that kind of bums me out a little bit. Like the single jointed knee with the rotation, single jointed elbows with the rotation. I'm not a fan of that. So that bums me out a little bit as far as the line goes. But yeah, as far as as far as seeing more figures go. Oh, you know who I always wanted to see in figure form, and I can't remember the character's name, but she was from the prequels, Blue Hotness. That's what me and my friends would call her. Blue Hotness with the
alias. I can't say it. Alias Sakura.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I want her figure.
She got the tentacles and the blue long tentacles.
Yeah. Oh, and the green Hotness from Return of the Jedi.
The Hotness, the from Hotness Planet. That's a good planet to visit.
Yeah. From Hotness, from Planet Hotness.
Planet's Hotness. Let's visit there. Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah, all of those. And then I mean, more droids. I would be excited for that. X-wing pilots would be cool too. You know what I mean? I'm like looking at my collection over there as I'm talking about like a wish list over here. But...
Sure, are you with me, right? I'm like a casual Star Wars fan, but I do pick up the figures. As I said, I love building just little sections of the things I like. I've been wanting. This is a figure I think that's missing. Is a young Anakin, an Episode 1 Anakin in Black Series. Right? We need him.
With a pod racer. Let me help Dan out. Let me help him out. With a pod racer.
Yeah, I think that
with the pod racer sounds great.
Okay, that's fine.
I am so in.
I wouldn't want it any other way.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. He just swooped in and saved us like the Millennium Falcon. There you go. With the pod racer, I'll be fine. Yeah, man, it's like that and a super young Padme. Neither of those I really care to have, to be honest with you. Put them both in a pod racer, even though Padme never. Really
I was like 10 or 11 when Star Wars the first Episode 1 came out, and because like my family had hyped up Star Wars with me for so long, like I just remember watching that a lot as a kid. So like I've got like a fondness to Episode 1, even though as an adult I only realised the problems with it. But again, I've got Jar Jar. There's Qui-Gon, and I just think a little Anakin there would make a nice little Episode 1 display. That's all I need, just those just standing there.
No, you're right. I mean, I would probably still get it, even if they just, released it all by itself, maybe with like one of those little droids that, transform and stuff. That would be kind of neat, the ones that Jar Jar was messing with. But yeah, I would throw it in there in front of my young Obi-Wan and my Qui-Gon. That'd be kind of in Jar Jar. I have my Episode 1 section off to the side. That I would do that. I would get it. I'm kind of a more not hardcore completist, but
okay. So this will test your hardcore completish ways, because the last panel is the Star Wars HasLab panel, which is no secret. It is the Rancor. So no one knows how much it is yet. I'm assuming we'll find out tomorrow. So, firstly, do you have any predictions on the price of the Rancor, and is it something that you want to get?
Yes, on wanting to get it. Luke Skywalker is my favorite character from Star Wars, especially Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. So, I would want it. I would definitely want to get it. I love my giant monsters and stuff. So, yes, I am definitely interested. I'm hoping for no more than $250. I'm hoping it's no more than $250. That's like my guess, but I don't know how large it's actually going to be. It's going to scale for 112, right? So yeah. What are we looking at? 20 inches tall? Like how big is it supposed to be? It's supposed to be able to.
Yeah, someone did the maths on the last live stream we did, and they said that it's obviously thicker, like wider than it is tall. So it's still going to be a hefty bit of plastic, but not so much. You're not going to get a Galactus size Rancor, for example. But it's still going to be thick. What add-ons would you like with a Rancor? Because this is a question that people are trying to second guess, and no one really knows.
Rancor Keeper, that's for sure. Rancor Keeper. So if they could add in just any more characters from Jabba's palace, that would be great. But I think a Rancor Keeper would be a nice add-on. There's some other characters that I would prefer they not include as add-ons that I would like to see just come out in waves, right? Like Bib Fortuna, right?
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't be one that you could only get through the HasLab. Everybody wants a Bib Fortuna, especially.
He's the guy. His not Jar Jar. His Jabba's little right hand man. He was in the Mandalorian at the end of Mandalorian, right? On the throne. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So like that's going to be a favorite. Like people are going to want a Bib Fortuna. God,
isn't he a pipeline reveal?
Reminded me of the skinny. What was it? The
yeah.
Skinny, the hog. Keep wanting to call them Gungans, but they're not Gungans. The name's lost upon me. But you know the green pig.
Yeah. The guard, Gamorrean guards.
Gamorrean guards. Yeah, the Gamorrean guards. I hate in Mandalorian. They're all skinny. Like
they're wrestlers in the Mandalorian, ain't they? Season 2 kicked them off in a wrestling ring.
Yeah, I'm like, what are they doing so skinny? Like, what? These guys are supposed to be chubby, right? I don't know. I just thought that was weird. But yeah. So like, if they could pick out like some random characters from Jabba's palace as add-ons, I think that would be kind of neat. You know, maybe like the singing, the singers. You know,
okay,
not everybody's gonna want those singers, but like I would like to have those singers, even if it's the Power of the Force one. You know, that's cool. Like,
this is nothing to do with the Rancor, by the way.
Not Power of the Force, the special edition ones.
But you know, we were in the box. We're lucky enough to get the playset, the Cantina. I was saying in my unboxing, I'd love to get the band. Like I'd buy a pack of the band from the Cantina. I know it's nothing to do with the Rancor, but just as a side thing, like just like an army builder when every one comes with a different instrument or something like that. Because there's
you know I'm all about that. Yeah.
There's a joke.
No, totally...
There's a joke in the Family Guy. Like I'm not a big Family Guy fan, but I have seen the Star Wars parody they did, and there's a joke in there where they walk into the Cantina and the lead guy of that band goes, "Any request? We take any request." And then he just says to himself, "Play the same song again." He goes, "Okay," and then it's just the same song again. So that just exactly. So that just stays in my head. So I just, because of that joke, I just want that band on my shelf. I'd put them with the Legends or with the Guardians of the Galaxy, just at the back as a little Easter egg. That's the same band from Star Wars, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the Cantina band. I'm all for that.
Okay, skipping to day 2. So this is Saturday. So Saturday kicks off the same time, but now on the weekend. So I'm assuming more people will be about. And it kicks off with G.I. Joe. So G.I. Joe Classified series has started off a little bit slow. They seem to be going thick and fast with the retro stuff, but Classified is a bit like, here's your exclusives, and then they trickle out single ones. So
just before we get carried away with day 2, sorry, we're over 100, so you got to light your.
Oh, I've got to turn my flashy lights on. Sorry, Shark. This is just a tradition we do around these ways.
We get nuts.
Yeah,
whenever we get over 100 viewers,
where we start showing everything.
Yeah. Start taking the clothes off.
Absolutely.
There you go. Your lights are on, people. Thank you very much to everyone here. Thank you very much. As I said, I'm sure Shartimus Prime may have something to do with that. So we appreciate you. Yeah, we need to get Brandon some lights as well. So when I turn them on, they just turn on for Brandon. He has no control of them. Yeah, there you go. That's his master switch. His missus is downstairs going, "What is going on?" Right, back to day 2 then. G.I. Joe. So again, same question. And again, I'm just giving you the opportunity to talk about stuff that people may not hear you talk about regularly. All right. So
I appreciate that. So that's awesome.
So G.I. Joe, again, what's your fandom, and are you in with the Classified series so far? Are you enjoying what we've got?
Yes. So G.I. Joe I have such a weird relationship with, because that was always that less cool of a show that came on around Transformers. I wasn't really big on G.I. Joe growing up, but I did get like a bunch of G.I. Joe hand-me-down toys when I was a kid, and I did like it always weirded me out that Chris Latta voiced both Cobra Commander and Starscream. I remember that always tripped me out. But yeah, like He-Man, G.I. Joe, professional wrestling, like in my young head, that stuff wasn't fantastic enough. Like, it was just too human.
So when you say professional wrestling, you mean WWF, like Hulk Hogan and stuff like that?
WWF. Yeah. Like, I was into that stuff, but it wasn't my favorite. Like, I liked like transforming robots or monsters and stuff like that. That caught more of my attention in my youth. But G.I. Joe, I always liked the toys. The vehicles were really cool and everything. I had, the old ones where you could wind them up and spin them around, with the rubber, where they had that black rubber band in the middle of them.
Where they've got the 5 points of articulation attached to the band in the middle.
Yeah. So I used to play with those, but I've always wanted 6-inch scale G.I. Joes with Marvel Legends type of articulation. I've been saying that for years. Actually, I've been saying for years that every franchise should copy the Marvel Legends model. High paint, articulation, and sculpt. I'd been saying that for a long time, and then all of a sudden it started happening. And you're seeing a lot of people grab onto, Lightning Collection and
Hasbro seem to know. Hasbro know. They must follow the money, right? Marvel Legends are really popular at the minute. So obviously all the other brands have sort of took a piece from that Hasbro pie. It's just DC, for some reason, wanted to stay in their own lane. And then Todd McFarlane with the DC. I don't understand why there isn't a DCU equivalent to Marvel Legends in the same scale. I think it would be super popular.
I know it's Warner Brothers. Like, Warner Brothers is the reason behind it. I know that. I can tell you that. It's Warner Brothers for whatever reason. It's really Warner Brothers, and I can't figure. That's from the little scraps I've picked up from talking to people from several companies that work on those DC figures. But
some brands are just stubborn, ain't they? They just don't want to copy what someone else is doing. They just want to.
I don't know. Like, I really have no clue like what the deal with that is. Like, I don't get it, because I think there's no legal reason for them to not do it. I just don't understand. But yeah, as far as
sorry, Brandon. What were you saying, Brandon? Sorry, we interrupted.
Well, I just was going to ask you both a quick question while we're going through the different brands. If you were going to rank the brands from which one you think is doing the best at the moment to which one you think is doing the least best, how would you rank them?
Well, what do you mean by, like, how are they doing? Like, as far as their profit margin goes, or
no? So for
just
example,
our personal favorites, or.
Yeah, your personal favorites. So, like, which one do you think has the most, I suppose criteria would be, like, who has the best product that they're putting out? Who's putting out the product that is, like, the most favorable to you? Or, who or just generally who is managing their brand and their line better? So, like, for example, you get more Marvel Legends than you probably get any other line, but Black Series, you might get more unique sculpting than you do other lines. Like, just in terms of how they're managing all the different aspects of an action figure, whether it be paint, sculpt, availability, the variation of characters, like, just to you personally, like, how would you rank them from?
It's a complicated question, isn't it? Because a brand could be like hitting everything I love from my nostalgia, but to you, Brandon, you're not into Mighty Morphin or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, as a little example. So it is a more complicated question. So I could just speak just for my personal favourites. I would say Marvel Legends are killing it. They have been for a long time. We're in the golden age, as we keep saying. Star Wars are a little bit lackluster at the minute. They just seem to be reissuing a lot of figures in different colours and classify. Like, Hasbro, I reckon Star Wars could be doing better than they are. So they probably slipped to third place, and I'd put Power Rangers as second, because I love the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. I wish they came out more regularly. They're like a little bit slow, especially for us in the UK. So I'd go Marvel, Power Rangers, Star Wars. Again, Transformers, it's not that Transformers ain't doing anything good. It's just I don't buy as much Transformers. So I'm putting them on fourth, but that's just my personal buying habits. Do you know what I mean? But they from what I can see, they're doing loads of good stuff. And I think Joe's are just, again, I don't know what's going on with the Target exclusives, and they have so much potential. It's just they're not hitting their potential. So there you go. There's my random order, just on random, without thinking too much about it, just blurting it out. There you go.
Yeah. I didn't mean it that deep. Like,
we can get deep with that question.
On a surface level.
Yeah, for me, I would say Marvel Legends #1. Like, they're definitely in this golden age is just nuts with what they're doing. But I really like what they've been doing with Transformers. So I'm going right after that. I'm going with Transformers. Like, my HasLab Unicron, like, I still love that thing. I love the other Titan class figures. I did pass on the Arc just from it just wasn't in my budget, and it wasn't in my real estate budget either.
That's something I look at and want, but I know it's one of them that just falls down the list because there's so many other things coming out. But yeah, I like the look of the arc as well.
Yeah, it looks cool. I have nothing against it, but yeah, it's just and then for me it's Star Wars right after that. Star Wars has there's some figures coming out that really blow me away, like the Count Dooku. Like, holy crap, that figure is so freaking good. So there's some really cool stuff. The fact that they gave us the freaking Dr. Aphra and her droids, I liked that a lot. I thought that was cool. The fact that we're getting all these different, Star Wars.
She's from the comic, right?
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I was like, oh, but Dr. Aphra, it just happens to be like one of those things that I was reading the books and I really liked those comics a lot. And then just it's like, it felt like it was a gift for me. Like, I'm the only one who likes Dr. Aphra really, but there's not a huge thing.
I think she was a really popular figure, especially.
Yeah, she goes for a pretty penny in the aftermarket as well, I believe. Like, she is a sought after. Yeah, she is a sought after figure. Yeah.
Oh wow! And I bought 5. No, I'm just kidding. I bought
that's
one.
where they went.
Yeah, that's where they all went. But yeah, I love Dr. Aphra and the fact that they made Dr. Aphra. So I'm really happy with Star Wars, even though it has been a little bit on the low side as far as what they've been putting out there. Yeah, I like what they're doing a lot. Aside from like the double joint elbow stuff, but still really good. And then I guess from there I would say Power Rangers and then Plasma Series.
Oh yeah, Plasma series would have to be bottom, wouldn't it? Because it's just not doing a lot, unfortunately. It has potential though, but if no one's buying it, then you can't blame them.
Yeah, that Afterlife movie really needs.
I hope so. Fingers crossed.
To really, but I think they're gonna nail it. That's the premise I was kind of hoping that they would have went for, like the children of the Ghostbusters really doing their thing. Right, like that's what I wanted. Like that's what. Just
I don't say this because the same actor's in it, because obviously the young lad is in both Stranger Things and this. But I love Stranger Things. I just love that sort of that Goonies sort of teenage adventure falling into some supernatural. So I love the aspects of the Ghostbusters where it's in canon with the original stories. The same amount of time has passed in real life to those original movies. And it's like, again, if it's done properly, which I'm hoping it will, and I love Paul Rudd, he seems to be a lead in it as well. So I've got high hopes for the new, and it's made by the director's son. The guy who directed the first one, is his son directing. So his dad was sat next to him in the director's chair, pointing his finger, going, "Oh, do this." So like, I do have hopes for the Afterlife.
I saw a panel where I saw. Oh no, it wasn't a panel. It was at New York Toy Fair 2019 where they were both together. On stage.
Reitman, isn't it? The Reitman something. Jason Reitman, maybe. I
think so. I'm bad with names.
Yeah, something Reitman.
Like, who's that guy again? And it's Tom who? I can't remember names. It's just...
Well, Brandon, okay, you asked the question, so you must have a preference as well. So quickly give us yours.
Ryan says, some guy called Ryan, I don't know who he is. Ryan says, Shartimus, ask the Star Wars team about the Rancor neck joint.
Oh, okay. It
was Ryan Ting, as in Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Says, ask the Star Wars
team. That was right. I will. I'll
It's because you asked about the neck joint of the Sentinel, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's actually an important point, because you want your Rancor to look up to be able to eat, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Doesn't he hold up Luke like that?
Yeah. True. Very true. Yeah,
so he needs to look up.
Go on, Brandon.
I will, Ryan.
As I said, give us yours, and Ryan's watching now, so obviously we know who your number one is, all right?
Yes, so now I feel like I'm.
Now we know, only because he's in the chat, right? You're just pandering. You're just pandering, Brandon.
So I'm gonna go Ghostbusters, because I love Ghostbusters.
Yeah, of course.
Then I think that G.I. Joe are killing it. I feel like my shelves are G.I. Joe.
He's doing this in reverse, isn't he? I know what he's doing. I know what this guy's doing.
And then I'm gonna go Lightning Collection, just because it feels like a slow burn.
It is.
I like what we get, but it feels like a slow burn. I think they do some of the best likenesses across all the brands. But you know, we're sticking with the pins, which gets me a bit.
Brandon,
but I
Brandon thinks it's
understand
opposite day, by the way. Everything he says, Shart, realise he means the opposite. All
Oh,
right?
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Just making sure the chat know as well, because otherwise people will be jumping in the comments going, "Their likenesses are terrible."
Yeah. Well, no, that part I actually meant.
No,
I do
you
think
didn't.
Some of their likenesses
Have you
are
seen
better.
poor Pink Ranger Kimberly? That's not Kimberly.
Yeah, I know. It's so bad. It's really sad. But and the next one I think will probably be Black Series. Because Black Series, when they hit, oh man, do they hit. But when they don't,
Credit collection.
I'm so confused.
Really hate that credit
Like,
collection.
I'm so confused. But the thing is about the credit collection, there are so many guys on Facebook, you know, like those Facebook groups in the UK and the US, they love it.
That's fair.
They'll buy like 5 repaints of Mando.
That's absolutely fair.
Allow me to flex. I got all my.
Yeah, there you go. See, and some people will buy
Next time we see Shart on a live stream, he's going to be in full Beskar armor because he's cashed in those credits.
Exactly.
Yeah. Laser Pants. Thank you, Laser Pants. And then I think this one was thank you, Century Productions on this one.
Have they sent you the figures as well? Or have you just collecting them?
Somebody sent me this one. I can't remember your name, but this was a gift. This was a really hard one for me to get. And the other two, I think I picked up on my own.
Got a stack, flexing with the credits.
I had to get one of each. I love these things though. I have them on my desk, and I play with them, and I enjoy.
Use them as poker chips next time.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna next time I go to a Star Wars celebration, I'm carrying these in my pocket the whole time.
Yeah.
Star Wars celebration. I swear to God, Star Wars celebration was one of the best convention experiences I've ever had in my life. Was
that 19?
I really
18, I think. Okay. I think it was 2018 or 2017. Yeah, 2017 before kids. So either 2016 or 2017, but we didn't have any kids, and my wife and I just didn't have kids.
I just see him having a little reminiscent of having no kids was just like, no kids. You just lost yourself there for a moment, Sharp.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
I mean, yeah, I love my girl. I love my girls to death, but there those precious times where my wife and I just enjoyed our company without the planets orbiting around us.
Yeah, I've got no kids yet.
The planets, because they will constantly orbit or grab a leg, not let go, and yeah.
I've just got a dog, and I thought that was pretty. Like, he's always there. Like, we're calling him Teddy Myers at the minute because every time we look, he's just lurking, watching us.
Raising kids is totally just like having a dog.
I'm sure. Yeah. See what I mean? I don't have kids. I can't speak. I'm not saying.
I know. It's always funny to me when.
It's the only thing you can relate it to. It's the only thing.
I know you're not saying that, but it's good practice. It's good practice.
I guess. Anyway, that's background. So,
yes.
Are you just to finish off on Joe's chart? Have you like looking forward to what classified series is still to come? Is there a particular G.I. Joe character they haven't done yet you would like to see in the classified series?
I don't know. I mean, if they did a Storm Shadow
classic,
Redux, that would be kind of neat. If they like a different design, that's like the only G.I. Joe classified figure aside from like that initial wave with the wacky ass paint applications where it was like, how did the whole world look at that and go, what? And nobody from that design team went, what? You know what I mean? Like that trips me out with the weird neon colors and the gold, and like I was like, wow.
They had that tie-in game, didn't they? It was all part of that. It was like a whole relaunch of the brand and the characters. They were all based off that game. So
is that what that is?
Yeah. So
it was
a video
game.
Yeah. So only after fan backlash and obviously online reception did they go back and do the redecos, like because the original those designs were based off the game. Like there was a mobile game for it. So that's where the designs come from. All those pictures you see on the G.I. Joe website as well are all the character designs from that game.
That makes more sense to me now, because I was just like wondering, like, why would you do this? Like, why? But I was locked in to get them anyway, and I got them all anyway. But I got the repainted versions of just Duke and Scarlet. And then I have like the latest version of Roadblock.
The best one, the heavy artillery one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the best one for sure, I think. I just picked up Breaker and the Ram Cycle.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm really happy I'm very, very pleased with the classified line. I really like it a lot. Actually, I've been meaning to open up the Snake Eyes movie Snake Eyes figure. I'm curious to see how that is. I do wish they had bios on the back. I remember Robo from the Foosh mentioning that, and I agree that it would be nice if they had bios. Oh, nice!
That Roadblock was my favorite classified figure all year.
Because he got to make that, yeah. Found some good use for it.
That's my only classified figure on the shelf. Well,
Wow.
3 parts of it at least.
So you bought an extra Captain America to make that happen, or when you saw the announcement for the new one, were you like, nope, chopping it up now?
Well, so since they released that one, I assumed we were gonna get a lighter blue eventually. So I've always just had the Wolf Wolverine. Wolverine? What am I talking about? The Wolf Cat has always been like the main cap on the shelf with like a custom head. Just because I kept thinking, oh, you know, they'll show it eventually. Yeah,
Spin
that's
wheel.
pretty cool.
Manny faces.
Yeah, shout out Mark Tatak as well with the super chat. He says classified for the win, gents. Yeah, he's been selling Marvel Legends to buy more classified, so he's on that train. Which is,
I can't blame him, man. I mean, they're really, really good.
Yeah,
I
agree. I've brought everything so far. I've not missed anything. I have every single classified so far. Not like half of like on a shelf upstairs. I'm waiting to find some real estate in this room, but I'm all in as long as it goes. I don't know if the sort of success of the Snake Eyes movie will help it or not. Probably not. But
how do they not make a good G.I. Joe movie? I feel, even though I liked, there was one of them that I actually did like, and I'm not sure if it's the one with the Rock in it or not. But I was at my mother-in-law's watching it.
No, the one with the Rock is G.I. Joe 2.
Redemption.
So they did
something like that.
Yeah. They did one in, I think it was like The Rise of Cobra or something like that. It was in 2009. And then I think it was like somewhere between 2011, 12, 13, they did the one with The Rock.
That's a sequel though of that original of that
yeah,
Rise of Cobra.
The original one. Yeah. And spoiler alert: Channing Tatum dies in like the first 2 minutes.
Isn't he Duke as well? Duke.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Oh, so, all right. See, I can't remember which one it was, but I'd liked it when I'd seen it.
Have you seen Snake Eyes?
No.
Okay.
Was it good?
No, I've not seen it
waste
either.
your time.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, if people are saying this,
It's really bad.
I was so excited for it. I like Henry Golding. I thought he was great in Crazy Rich Asians. Oh man, it was just sad.
I will watch it, but when it
really
hits VOD, like I'm not, as I said, I didn't go to cinema to it. I would have went, but at the time I just was busy or something. I don't know.
And I wanted to like it so much. I really, really wanted to like it, but it just.
If it wasn't a G.I. Joe film, right? Is it a good film? Like, take G.I. Joe away from it. Is it still? Oh, okay.
I'm not.
I'm really bad.
Yeah.
No, like I'm not even that attached to G.I. Joe. Like the main thing I knew about G.I. Joe was those Channing Tatum and the Rock movies from 10 years ago.
Sad times. Sad times.
You know, I only know G.I. Joe really through the classified line. Like I only properly educated myself through that last year. So yeah, but yeah.
I remember Action Force Sharp. That's what it was in the UK. It was not G.I. Joe. It was Action Force.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
so
right,
and Bobby Vallard's bringing that back this year as well. So
I definitely backed that one.
Yeah, I've just paid my pre-orders. Apparently they're due pretty soon as well. So looking forward to that. Okay, so into the main event of Saturday. Because Shark's got to disappear shortly, but you can't go without talking about some Marvel Legends. So me and Brandon are going to talk about this for ages when you leave anyway, Shark. So the floor is yours. Marvel Legends. The two exclusives are the MODOK and the Captain from the new gen or next. Is it next gen? New gen? Rich M's going to go mad at me. Oh, you've got him. There you go. Elvis MODOK.
I'm going to try to review him for this weekend. I thought it would be good to have it up, during the Pulsecon.
So I really want the Captain, but I don't have any need for Elvis MODOK. I don't think, anyway.
Oh, really? I'll buy your Elvis because I want 3.
Yeah, there's 3 in the panel. Ain't it? The comic panel is free, isn't it? I think so. Technically,
so
it's an army
builder.
builder.
To get 3 because I would like to have a next wave display, but then like at the same time, then I'd have to get another Monica Rambeau. I'd have to get another Elsa Bloodstone. Those are really pricey now, I think, right? So
I reckon we get another Monica soon because we're gonna get. If she's when they're in pop culture, you know the score. We're going to see more of them in figure form. So
everybody's in love with her
I really want to see if the existing Monica head fits onto that Shriek body. because if it fits onto Shriek is already mostly black. It's not like
new
the costume is
new
mostly
double
black.
point pinless. Yeah,
New double pinless everything. It would be
right.
it'd be an easy custom, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Because the costume is mostly black already. You just got to repaint the torso white, and you're good to go, basically.
so you've already got that exclusive shot, and the second one you've already got as well. So I think I've seen your review on it. Is the Venom, right? The animated series. Do you, I love that animated series. Like, if it wasn't for that animated series and that X-Men animated series when I was growing up, I wouldn't love Marvel as much as I do now. Like, that's definitely what pulled me into the rabbit hole. And like, I've been buying all of the Spider-Man figures to put on display on this wall, and I'm literally, by the end of the year, after Wave 2, this wall will be from roof to floor full of retro figures. So I love it. I love that they're doing more retro figures. So are you a big fan of the Spider-Man retro stuff?
I've given away so many of these freaking things, and they've shot up like crazy.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But yeah, I have I'm definitely I'm all for more if they want to do more cartoon characters and stuff, that I could see that. More retro wave figures, yeah. I mean, they could keep going. My mind is really on like on what they're going to do for like the Toy Biz anniversary thing.
Well, let's get into it then, because they've already revealed, thanks to in Parallel Universe, Captain America. So we know that's happening. Tons of accessories. He comes with a stand, a little back diorama sort of display-ish. It's not really a diorama, it's a piece of card, but still, it's an homage to the dioramas of the past. So go on then, Shark. What's your overall thoughts on that line? And they haven't announced it yet, but are we all safe to assume we're getting Wave 1 redone?
Yeah, so I think what they're going to do is they're going to give us another 80 years Iron Man, but with a different helmet sculpt.
Yep.
And they'll probably have like a gold and red, maybe like a different kind of color scheme to it. They may change up the gold and red somehow, make it look flashier in some kind of way to emulate that golden variant that we got way back in the day. So that's my speculation. And then I think we'll get an 80 years Hulk re-released, with an old school looking head sculpt, probably, with a different head sculpt. That's my speculation.
Yeah, with the purple trousers. I want a Bruce Banner. I know he's not an accessory, but I really want a new comic Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner. Oh yeah, with the torn shirt and everything, and with bendy fingers. No, I don't think they would do that. But and then of course they're gonna give us a new Toad. Like, we all knew that was like the first thing I think everybody was thinking. I've been asking for Toad for many years. I've been bugging Dwight for a new Toad figure for at least 7 years now, it feels like. So I have a feeling that we're gonna get that Toad for sure, and it's hopefully on the Doc Ock body. And hopefully it has two heads, like one head, smiling and looking. I like the Rob Liefeld design for Toad. I'm hoping that it kind of leans in that direction.
I've seen people be on both sides of the fence. On the last stream we had, I had people saying, I think it was Rush was saying he wants the skinny Toad. He prefers he doesn't want it on the Frogman Ock body. I do think that's probably where it will land, because I think that mold's perfect. Well, even if they don't use it for Toad, they could still use it for like Mole Man or something like that. But
yeah. Oh, Mole Man would be great.
Yeah, but yeah, Toad's definitely coming. Do you reckon that's all we're going to get for the 20th anniversary? Like, or do you reckon that they're going to sprinkle some stuff in? Not that they're going to reveal it this weekend, but for the 20th anniversary, we're going to we'll see more stuff next year as well.
Well, I think because it's also the 20th anniversary of Spider-Man. They're
60th.
Probably going to it's the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man.
I know what you meant.
20th anniversary of Raimi Spider-Man.
But 20th anniversary of Raimi Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah. So both
10th anniversary of Garfield Spider-Man.
3 anniversaries, all Spider-Man related.
So I think we're going to get a lot of Spider-Man stuff to kind of like, I think they'll probably like cap it with one wave for like the Toy Biz tribute figures. I would be surprised if we saw more than 4. If they wanted to go into a wave 2, that would really be stepping on a lot of figures that had come out, because like wave 2 was Namor, Thing, like we just got another Thing coming out. Namor, Thing, Human Torch. We just got a Human Torch.
Yeah.
And don't tell me the last one. I think it was Hulk again though. Namor,
Was it Thor?
Human Torch, and I'm pretty sure
Do a
Namor,
quick.
Human Torch, and Hulk. I think they did Hulk a second time in Wave 2.
What was the difference between Wave 2 Hulk?
I think they did the hands different. I think, and the color on the Hulk was different also.
All right, I've quickly
Googled
Googled it.
The other one didn't.
I've quickly Googled it, but I bet someone in the comment beats me.
Someone fact check my.
I'm fact checking right now. Okay, so Wave 2, it says Series 2 was Doctor Doom.
That's it. Doctor Doom was there. That's right. Yeah. That's right. There may have been a Hulk chase figure though.
Oh yeah, they did. They let me have a quick look. Hulk.
But yeah, Doctor Doom was definitely in Wave 2. That's right. That's right.
I said Thor, but Thor was Wave 3.
Yeah, Thor was Wave 3. But yeah, so I think it's too soon for them. I mean, there's so many of those characters from Wave 2 and Wave 3 that I think they will halt it just at a Wave 1 and then focus on a bunch of Spider-Man stuff, for the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man or the 20th anniversary.
So I've already said that I want more retro carded Spider-Man stuff. So I don't want wallpaper in my house. I want retro Spider-Man cards, right, plastered on my wall. But a lot of people, when it comes to Spider-Man, really want an updated and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Is that something you would want as well?
Yeah, do it, you guys. Make it happen. I mean, they look. I would bet money right now that there is a Tobey Maguire prototype in Rhode Island.
Would you bet money that he's in No Way Home?
Yeah, I would bet money that he's in No Way Home. Okay. Yeah, I think I've already seen leaked images all over the place, so it's kind of, I mean, I could be wrong, but I would bet money he's in No Way Home along with Andrew Garfield. I'm pretty sure that that's set.
We shall see. We ain't got long to wait. I've got a question in the chat, Sharp, from Ab Nugler, a good friend. He was talking. It was a Transformers related question. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Just before you go, I thought let's end on a Transformers question. You scroll up. He says, okay, so Ab Nugler, our good friend Ralph, he lives down a while. It's very confusing. He says, please ask Russ if he got the new Masterpiece Starscream and what he thinks of it, because I'm thinking of updating my old MP11 Starscream, but I'm still on the fence.
Ooh, I would say, okay, I definitely like it more, but there is no waist cut at all, and there's the Crimson Wings figure that people are saying. So my piece of advice is to not listen to me for advice on this.
I just want enabler points.
Because honestly, the debate over the Crimson Wings and the MP52 has gone back and forth, and I don't have the Crimson Wings one. So I would hate to be someone to tell you like, hey, so for me, I like my MP52 Starscream. I really do like it. If you want, I'll go grab it. It's just right over there. And let me grab my Transformers.
Go on, grab it. Show it off.
I'm going to grab one figure. It's going to be a Transformers figure. But I have them right here with my MP11. I've actually slowly but surely have been working on the review. And
another thing with Transformers reviews, they must take so bloody long with the transformation and stuff.
Oh, God, it does. Yeah. Oh, you don't even, don't even know. Don't even know, man.
Yeah.
So I do really like the figure a lot. But at the same time, I am a sucker for Transformers Masterpiece. Like,
looks good. They both look good. Which is the newer one?
Like when you have a favorite band and like they still put out a bad song, but you still rock that shit because it's your favorite band. It's like I'm like a sucker on that.
Is the one on the left the newer version?
This is my left. So
okay, the one in the air now. Yeah, the one in the air now. Yeah, okay, I guess correctly then. Yeah. The one in the air now is the one I said left.
Yeah, this is the new version, and then this is the MP11 right here. And I still like this for some things. The problem I have with this one is that it just came out a lot darker than I remember Starscream looking. Like the shade of gray here, I feel like is off model. With all these lights, they both look really bright, but from farther away, you can see it's kind of like...
Are they the same size, or is the newer one slightly bigger?
Yeah, just a little. The same size. Okay. Yeah, totally different transformations too. Oh, this is a little bit longer. Yeah, just a little bit longer with this one. but I really do like it. When I have him transformed into robot mode, I'm pretty amazed of how sleek he looks. That's the thing about Transformers Masterpiece right now that really blows my mind, is how they look like they don't transform, but they do.
That's when they're done properly, though. That's when they're perfect. It's like when they look like their transformation. It doesn't look like a piece that has to be folded up and it's hidden well when they hide all the kit bits and stuff at the back.
Yeah, that's like when they that's what I feel like when they've like really succeeded when they pull that off.
Definitely a positive. In regards to Jesse's question, I will answer that. It's my fault. I wanted to talk about HasCon, and I'm very glad that we did because there was lots of stuff to talk about. And Shartimus, this is the perfect time to say thank you very much, my friend, for gracing us with your presence. Should be a fun weekend, full of reveals. What's the? I'm assuming Marvel Legends is going to be your most anticipated panel of the weekend.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that big time. I'm looking forward to that. Well, wait, where did I speculate? The Toad Avalanche Juggernaut 3-pack.
I'd buy it. I'd buy another Juggernaut. I'd buy another one to get Avalanche and Toad, and I think a lot of people would do exactly that.
Yeah, but I feel like that formula, we've seen that before, that we would get a huge, because I personally don't need another Juggernaut figure, but I think that's how they would release that. I don't know. And yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that they could possibly do that. Like I haven't even really thought of. I like it when they reveal stuff that just comes out of left field that I don't foresee. You know?
Yeah,
so.
I'm the same. I like the little ones that we ain't anticipating, the actual surprises.
Right.
I'm hoping there are.
Like Psycho Man, I didn't see that coming. I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know who that was, and I'm really excited to get that figure. I want to get that figure, and I'm very curious about it. So, even characters I don't really know much about, I like getting blindsided by new figures like that.
Marvel Legends have introduced me to so many characters that I didn't know. Do you know? And that's what I love about the line, is that it makes me deep dive. It makes me find out about characters and how they're connected to other things. And so I do enjoy it when they do stuff like that. But Shartimus,
I was just me to overstay, but the Age of Apocalypse is what they got me to read Age of Apocalypse. Well, them and Optibotimus, but
Dan Yoon has like pressured me to be keeping the Age of Apocalypse, because at first I was like, no, the Jim Lee era is my X-Men. I don't need Age of Apocalypse, because when I in the 90s, in the comics was Age of Apocalypse, but on the screen on the cartoon was Jim Lee. So when I was picking up comics, I was like, this doesn't look like the X-Men that I see on the TV. Do you know? So I was instantly put off by the AOA, not knowing nothing about the story, just the initial looks. I was like, that's not my X-Men. So I just grew up with not a hatred, but just grew up with an ignorance towards AOA, because I was like, no, that's not my X-Men. And I've slowly learned to appreciate what they are, though.
In a short period of time, Superman, Peter Parker, and Professor X all died.
Wow!
Like in a very short window of time, it felt like they all died. And I think the final straw for me was the Clone Saga from Spider-Man, but also Age of Apocalypse. I didn't really get my head around the alternate universe stuff at that time. So, or the alternate timeline. Stuff at that time with the Age of Apocalypse. So that's what really turned me off over there. But yeah, with Spider-Man and Ben Reilly was the real Spider-Man the whole time. That I was like, I'm out. I'm out. That's it. That actually got me out of reading comic books. Like was that particular storyline. That was it. That shat on my favorite character.
Your boy's got toys. Used his membership token to say having Shart on here was not a big time letdown. Thanks.
Oh, right on. Thank you.
And as I said, Shart, I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you staying a little bit longer as well. And I appreciate you focusing on Hasbro Pulse with me. As I said, lots to talk about. So I appreciate your time. Please, the opportunities to plug anything you want right now before you get out of here. Where can the people find you online?
So I'm working on a Hasbro Pulse unboxing video. So stay tuned for that coming up today. And then I'm going to have a live stream on my second channel coming up tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I'll be actually opening the stuff from the unboxing. And then, and then I have my updates on my Street Humans Kickstarter going up on the daily. So check that out if you're interested. And that's it.
Well, Sharp, we appreciate you. As I said, it's nice getting to talk to you about other things, not just Marvel Legends as well. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that obviously know who Shartimus Prime is, but don't know your thoughts on other brands that they may also like as well. Because there's so much stuff really, you can't review everything, can you? So, but
and that's the other thing is that given like how long you've been doing this, like I'd say to Dan, that's whenever you come up in conversation for things like this, that like I remember coming home from school and watching your videos, like Return of Marvel Legends days.
I don't know if he finds that a compliment though, because it'd be like, great, now you're calling me old.
No, but like it just like I've been back into Marvel Legends for like 7 years since the Iron Man wave, maybe 8 years now. And it's really cool. Like back then being able to just, as I say, come home from school. When I say come home from school, I mean like the last, high school. So yeah, it's not that bad, but like getting to do that versus 7-8 years later, we get to just sit here, the three of us, 3 different parts of the world, basically, and just kick back and talk toys it's a lot of fun. Just to be able to hear what you have to say and what your thoughts and feelings are and everything. So we always appreciate your time, bro.
Thank you. And I appreciate the dedicated viewership and everything. So that means a lot to me. And,
I literally binge watched your the documentaries, the collector's documentaries.
Oh, yeah.
I literally just had them on, just like watching like it was a Netflix series. I just, as soon as one ended, I put the next one on. Keep doing them, please keep doing them, Shart. I know they're not easy to do, but please keep doing the documentary.
I have Part 6 written and everything, but I thought we would be out of the whole COVID thing by now, and it's just kind of a weird thing to shoot with the way I have it. I wrote it pre-COVID.
Yeah.
I wrote a new one for COVID.
I love the running theme with the toilet roll as well. And if you need, I know X-Mani is a good friend, but if you need a cameo from across the pond, all right, I've got you. All right, just let me know.
We'll keep you in mind.
All right, good man. Right. I'm going to let you get out of here, Sharp, but as I said, all links are in the description below, as you know. I'm sure you know who Shartimus Prime is, all right? He's off to post some action figures, all right?
All right, I'm off to it. Open up some figures.
Enjoy.
All right, guys,
Enjoy.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Pow. So, as always, people, thank you very much to Shartimus Prime. It's always a pleasure to have him on the channel talking toys. And as I said, just to address people talking, as I said, my thumbnail may have been a little bit misleading. That's my bad. It's Hasbro Pulsecon. We can't not talk about Hasbro Pulsecon, all right? We'll have plenty of opportunity to talk about other things. And it was pretty cool to actually get to hear his thoughts on other things. Don't you think, Brandon?
Mike D says, Brandon makes me feel old.
Yeah. You make me feel old sometimes.
Absolutely. Like Logan says, great chinwag.
Yeah, and as I said, I do apologise that I was.
Cowboy Collector says, when I started watching Shartimus, I was in elementary school, which is our primary school.
My
now
dear
I
Watson.
pay taxes.
Whenever I hit elementary, I just want to say my dear Watson. That's a very British thing.
Yeah.
We don't call it elementary school. As I said, I appreciate everyone who's still here watching away. I did see the chat moving. But as I said, when you're just having a free-flowing conversation, as I said, I didn't want to just interrupt with random chats. But I appreciate you. I see you all. I seen Todd in there earlier, our good friend Rectangular, saying that you all make me feel old. Which is a way for makes me laugh. It makes sense. He's a grumpy old man. It makes sense. It actually it fits his character. But thank you to everyone who's still here. Let's have a look at the chat, Brandon, while we get into, because me and Brandon ain't going anywhere just yet. We're here for another half an hour, and we may as well talk about anything you want. Let's keep the conversation rolling. The weekend is coming. There's going to be so many reveals. And I do apologise, Brandon. As I said, I was skipping over you during a lot of that to talk to Russ, but I knew you weren't going anywhere, so I knew I'd be able to swing back round to you.
No,
but and we will do.
I'm just gonna take it back to Black Series, because I think if there's anything that we have a very clear idea or could have a very clear idea of what we'll see this weekend, I think it is Black Series, because we've seen a lot of pipeline reveals in the last. Yes, I've been alive without iPhone existing. Who the hell said that? Your boy's got toys. I remember.
He said without them existing.
Yeah, I remember sitting there January 2007 watching the Steve Jobs keynote for the first iPhone. So yes, I'm not that young.
My first mobile phone, Brandon, was a Motorola. It was like that tall.
Me too.
And it was a big buttons, all right, big buttons on it, like a old woman would use, and it had an antenna.
Really?
My old phone had an antenna. That's how old I am.
Funny.
Did your phone ever have an antenna?
No, my first phone was like a Motorola flip phone.
Okay, no,
and then my first, it was like one of those like cheap, like it looked cool, but was like a glorified like walkie-talkie. It didn't really do anything. But like my first proper phone was when I was maybe 12, 13, and it was an LG Cookie, and it was this tiny little thing, and I used to just go on it. Anyway, Black Series. We've seen so many. Tac Tac Toys says, Brandon, when I was a lad, action figures weren't pinless. Can you believe it? Fortress Metimus says, yeah, Brandon, tell him. Anyway, Black Series. So we've seen loads of pipeline reveals in the last 6 months. We have not seen the actual figures yet. My hope is that, and Yak Face was reporting that we would see Mando Ahsoka, Bad Batch Echo, and Bad Batch Omega. The Magistrate. Is it the Magistrate? No. Who's the people in the chat? Who's the guy that gives
I like how
Mando...
you were about to ask me, but then realised he ain't gonna know. Let's ask the chat.
Yeah,
you went
exactly.
Let's ask the chat.
Yeah. Someone in the chat tell me who the guy is that gives Mando the mission to go and find Grogu. I for some reason I'm thinking it's Magistrate, but I don't think that's right.
Let me just say hello to everyone who's still here, by the way, because while they're answering that, because people are chatting away, and I do appreciate you. So let me jump in. So we got Lizzie Hartz is still around, Home Dude, George W, Cloud Fox Wow, Iron Manuel 96 is around, Mini Plastic Multiverse, aka Tom is still here, Tech and Collect, who debuted on Legends and Liquor this week, DJ, Fortress Matimus, you mentioned him earlier, didn't you, Brandon? It's a new name. We like seeing new names around here. Make sure you join us every single week. Mike D, your boys got toys. Zach, Jack, Dan, Shorts. He says, I have to say, very jealous of you getting that Hasbro box. I would be jealous. I was jealous of everyone else until mine arrived. Trust me, I get it. Thirsty for Chicken. Mike D, I said that. Cap Lives says, what's up, everybody? Jimmy Boy. Vince, Jamie, Logan Dan's Toys, Those Toy Junkies, Omar V, CJ, The Irrelevant Hawk, Rich M, I've heard of him, Abnugla, there you go, Ab, I asked Shart your question, all right, see, it's all love, I'm trying to squash that beef between him and our super producer, you see, because I don't want anything kicking off. Doc Avenger, Laser Pants is still around. He says, Eric and Julia are participating in Pulsecon, which makes me think they're going to do something X-Men related, animated series related. I really hope it's Morph. Yeah, we can talk about that in a little bit. Thank you very much to everybody sticking around as we had chat in here as well. I see Tyrone Wasted is in there as well. The chat should be coming up on the screen, so you should be able to see yourself. Andy Davis dropping the Brandon emojis in there. Jesse Lewis says, I really wanted to talk Kickstarter. I do apologise, my friend. As I said, these things happen. Lots to talk about. All right, cool. Back to Black Series. So did anyone answer Brandon's question? Are they talking about the Walter her character? No. The baby. I'm lurking. Who says I'm lurking? I like lurkers. I'm lurking as always, says Mike D. I don't think anyone answered your question. Capliv says the client is rumoured, the old white guy who wanted Grogu.
The client.
Is that who it was? Of course, Capliv's helped you out. Of course, Capliv.
There we go. I knew Caplivs would come through. But yes, so there's a rumour that we've had the pipeline reveals, and the rumoured wave is going to be Mando Ahsoka, as in Rosario Dawson Ahsoka, Bad Batch Echo, Bad Batch Omega, the client, and someone else. That is not coming to mind, so I'm going to have to go look it up. But I think and hope we'll see them tomorrow. I hope we get to see a new Boba Fett, from The Mandalorian and
Season 2.
Boba, because because Book of Boba drops December 26th. So
do you reckon the first one they
something.
release will be branded season 2 of Mandalorian, or will it be the first one we see is going to be Book of Boba?
It's a good. Oh, and the fifth one in that wave, by the way, is the Death Watch Mandalorian. Just like a.
Is that the blue guy that saved the Mando as a kid that we see in the flashbacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
There's a ton of stuff, and as well, like Black Series put out the 2003 Clone Wars figures, but the pre-order had concept art, not digital renders of action figures of what they'll basically look like, but just concept art that is like you and me could go and find on Google Images and pre-order. So there's a lot that they could show that I would like them to show, because I'm getting a bit restless. I think that it's like. I don't know. Maybe they've been hit harder than Legends, for example, because we've had a pretty consistent drip feed of Legends throughout the year. But Black Series has just seemingly been all over the place, and that's not a dig. It just I think is the experience. So I'm hoping that the Black Series comes through with a lot of that tomorrow.
A lot of people in the chat are saying can't wait for Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna, that's another pipeline reveal.
Yeah, Long Glue and Top, some say that.
I think they said there's an Emperor Palpatine that's coming as well in the archive collection, which isn't much to look
Cap
forward to.
Liv says Dark Troopers rumoured as well as deluxe figures. Are they the guys that battled Luke at the end?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, sorry everyone. Damn.
Yeah.
Be careful.
The end of Return of the Jedi, right?
Yes, of course. Those Death Troopers. Also, George used his membership token. I have turned the super chats back on now, people. So if you do want to get Friday reading out your comment, she's back on. All right. I turned it off while we were talking to Shart, just so we didn't interrupt the conversation. But as I said, me and Brandon are sticking around now until 10 o'clock, which is like another 20 minutes ish. So if you want to get your conversation heard, let us know what your most anticipated reveals are going to be. Let us know what you would like to see. And as I said, support the channel while you do it, people. I'm a nice guy sometimes. Anything over £4 or $4, Friday will read your super chat out loud. You can use the donation link in the comments, or you can use the YouTube super chat. Either or, I appreciate you. But as I said, be a part of today's stream. Get your comment heard. But we are looking at the chat now as well, so we will see them because George W used his membership token to say there are rumours there's going to be a reveal of a Hippo fig. I hope so. I'll tell you what, George, I hope so. Because last week, I'm still not happy about last week's defeat. I can't believe Hippo didn't get me that W last week. I can't believe the Watcher beat me. Can't believe it.
Cowboy Collector says, if Hasbro actually announces a Hippo, we all owe Dan $1.
That's true. Would you want Dark Troopers, by the way? As Dan says, Dark Troopers are needed so much.
Say again?
The Dark Troopers, is it something you want?
Yeah.
Is it something your army build?
Yeah, I would probably get 3 or 4. 3 or 4. I don't think I would get more than that, just because I can imagine it'd be expensive. But 3 or 4, just to show, Luke against 1 or 2 with 2 in the background. Yeah. Definitely. 4 gives the illusion that there's more in a hallway. So yeah, I would definitely try that. But I mean, I just want them to show us something new, and I hope it's not a letdown. It's tough, and I'm not saying this probably because people are watching it, but when you go from like what we get from some teams to what we get from other teams, I'm not saying that those other teams don't put in, because in Ryan was on toying around on Kevin's stream, I think last week it was, and I think someone in the chat may have taken a dig at the other brands. I can't quite remember, but Ryan basically said, the different teams operate in different ways, but everybody works just as hard, etc.
Of course, yeah.
I don't want to sound like I'm like against that. I completely agree with that. I just think that sometimes it's like, oh, that's amazing. What did you guys do? Especially when they're back to back, you sense that in the community, Just
think a lot. The way I see it as well, especially when it comes to the reveals and the way they plan these things out. Again, this is just me speaking from the outside perspective. Is that these people are hired for their marketing expertise, their design expertise. They're not hired because they're great presenters that can put together a nice live stream either. Do you know what I mean? So like these guys have been sort of not forced, but they've been pushed into an arena that may not be their forte, and some people are just better at it than others. Like you can clearly see that some of the people are uncomfortable in the live streaming format compared to other brands, if you know what I mean. Like some seem a little bit more fun and some seem a little bit more rigid. Like some of them, you can tell that they're not comfortable being there and they're reading a script, where others can do it off the top, a little bit more free flow. I know that's nothing to do with what they're revealing, of course. That's a completely different conversation. I'm just talking about as just a viewer of these live streams. Yeah, I'm there for the reveals, but I'd like to, I don't know, I'd like to get a bit of entertainment out of it as well. Otherwise, I may as well just wait and read a list once the panel's over, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like Patrick from the Star Wars team is great. Him and Eric are always great. Patrick had been coming here when Ryan came here, and I think when Dan came here as well over the years to MCM.
Is he the one that accidentally leaked the Rancor in an interview?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But like as I say, like there's great enthusiastic people across the board. It just like the amount of pipeline reveals we've seen this year, but we haven't seen the actual figures yet.
Yeah.
And it can feel jarring and stuff like that. But then at the same time, you think, well, maybe there's a lot going on behind closed doors. They're working from home, so they might not have the stuff as readily available yet. That there's a whole like myriad of business reasons that could be informing all of that. But I'm really hoping that the Black Series team come out tomorrow for Pulsecon. They hit it out the park and they silence all the people that are like, oh, Black Series aren't doing anything great, because like I said earlier, when Black Series really want to, like, they put out some amazing action figures, man, in my opinion. But like I saw just before we came on, I saw this guy posted on one of the UK Facebook groups, and he was like, oh, like I'm excited for Pulsecon, but at the same time I'm not, because there's 28 action figures from Black Series that I currently have on pre-order. I'd like to get one of them first before I pre-order any more tomorrow. So I thought, what are you talking about? So I looked at the list, and pretty much, like, I would say he said 28. I think maybe I counted 3 or 4 that had already released. The rest have not even released yet. And it's like, people they hate for no good.
Yeah, trust me, we see it all the time, don't we? Like, we see it all the time. Yeah. It's just some people genuinely look for the negative first, and it's just a sad perspective. But some people, I don't know, I have no idea why. If it's just
and I think if we see Rosario Dawson Ahsoka, if we see Omega,
oh yes, please, that's a one.
The Bad Batch. If we see Bib Fortuna, if we see Cobb Vanth, like even if we just get those 5 tomorrow, they'll set the Black Series community on fire for sure, in the best way possible.
And I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this to rub it in, Brandon. But are you going to be? Are you interested in the cantina? Because I know we've asked a few times, and you haven't said man. Yes. You said you're curious of it.
You know what I'm actually tempted to do is I'm actually tempted to try and order it on HasbroPulse.com and get it sent to a US address.
So it's cheaper, isn't it?
It's my brother's house.
So much cheaper.
It's like it's £110 here. It's before taxes with the exchange rate, it's like £75 on HasbroPulse.com as opposed to UK. Yeah. Like it just is mad. Like, like.
So I'm gonna have to interrupt you for an epic, epic super chat.
Wow.
Let Friday read that out.
Guys a little something. Keep up the awesome work that you do. Always enjoy your live streams.
Wow, I appreciate that. Bring Toys to Work, a regular around these ways. He says he's dropped an epic super chat. He said, just wanted to give you guys a little something. Keep up the awesome work that you guys do. Always enjoy the live streams. And we always enjoy that you guys are here watching us. You Bring Toys to Work. Honestly, I appreciate that. As I said, I'm familiar with the name because I know he posts epic displays up on his Instagram. He recently just put an epic Hall of Armor display up. Brandon, do you know those panel? You know which one I'm talking about, yeah? So he's got like so he's got like a whole wall of these toy box ones with like a Tony Stark and one of every item. It's impressive. Anyway, so I'm a fan of you Bring Toys to Work, and as I said, I appreciate it, but it means a lot. So thank you very much. Much appreciated for the super chat. Bring Toys to Work. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Okay, so we talked Star Wars for a little bit, Brandon. Shall we jump back to any of the other that you wanted to discuss. We never at all mentioned Fortnite. And
no, do we have to?
I don't know. I'm just curious if there's anyone here in the chat. Like,
No.
does anyone want Fortnite figures? Is anyone buying Fortnite figures?
No thanks. It looks cool, but not for me.
Look, I wouldn't have. If Hasbro didn't send me these, Brandon, you know I wouldn't have them. So like, I'm just curious. You know, I'm curious of new lines. I said it in my video. Like, I don't get the hench cat. I do not get it. I have no idea where he'd fit on my shelf. This girl looks like she looks like Squirrel Girl.
True that.
She looks like Squirrel Girl. And is it a puffer fish? No, I haven't read any of my comments yet on my video. But is that a puffer fish? Is it a Pokemon? Is it a balloon? What is it? It's called Ollie and Sky. I've genuinely never played Fortnite. Never in my life played Fortnite. I have absolutely zero desire to ever play Fortnite. Not interested, a single bit. I think I'd rather clip my toenails. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to play Fortnite. But toys are toys, people. Do you know, like, so what are your thoughts on Fortnite? I'm just curious. Because Brandon's a big fan. So that's just me. I'm just asking the question. All right, let me scroll down. Mike D says, I want Meowskills. I brought Lynx and Meowskills. I've seen a few reviews online. I think MCU Collector put up one of the Lynx ones, which is that, like, sort of stealth cats, if you will. It's Squirrel Girl is Glider Friend. Okay, a friend. I brought Lynx, probably one of the best 6-inch female figures Hasbro have ever made. Wow, that's a statement from Laserpants. Brandon, if they make a Fortnite Wolverine from X-Men Evolution, what do you think, Brandon? Wolverine X-Men Evolution from Fortnite. Are you in?
If they did that,
the game changes. Is in.
Yeah, I think I'm in. But I don't have to worry about them doing that because, you know, I know that Ryan's going to come through with an all Wolverine wave next year. You heard it here first.
He did say he's ready to go. There was people like Hero of Collectors, Abnugla. They were all posting their full Wolverine waves. Yeah. Like, fair play to them. Like, they put some thought into that as well.
Funny.
But looking at the chat, Fortnite figures work for the Resistance as Cloud. Yeah, I do like Cloud Resistance crew, to be fair. You could find anybody in there. Cap lives, the only video games Dan plays are Pong and Duck Hunt. Now, the only video games I played, do you remember we were talking about phones earlier? Phones, right? So I had an old Nokia 3210 that had Snake on it. Snake was really good. But then a few years later, we got Snake 2, right? The Snake returned in Snake 2. This time it was a little bit more 3D. Epic. Sit for hours playing Snake 2. Yeah, that's as far as I go with video games. Andy Davis says, cool, they look great, but 1 million other fig to spend money on first. Marvel Tekken Collectors, Hasbro Pulse Marvel Legends crossover figure, Snake Eyes fig made his. Yeah, okay, so I can see that happening. Obviously, we've already got a G.I. Joe crossover with Fortnite. It's inevitable, right? Like Thanos said, it's inevitable that they're going to do the same with Marvel. But I don't know, I'll be picking them up. I don't know. We'll see when it happens, people. Because Thirsty for Chicken says, I really want a Marvel crossover ones. They come with little more realistic weapons. I'd get them to put with my Legends, says Javi Man. Midas looks good and has great articulation. Fortnite has a rainbow holofoil Wolverine. To be fair, the comments seem pretty positive. Like, I'm not hating on the figures at all. Like, I'm not hating on the Fortnite figures. Hasbro have just picked up the license. They're doing 6-inch action figures. I'm sure this will be a lot more successful than was it Overwatch, Brandon? Do you know that other toy line they did in the game, but it failed?
Yes.
Overwatch.
Yeah,
Clearly, Overwatch, with their attempts at doing a toy license, that sort of didn't go down well. So they went and spent the big bucks and got Fortnite. So I have no doubts these figures will be good. I just have zero attachment to them. But I can appreciate like good action figures when you see them. So curious. And Laserpants saying that Lynx is one of the best 6-inch female action figures he has.
Yeah, that's a big
statement.
That's a big compliment.
That's the type of statement that makes me want to get hands-on, if you know what I mean. Like this, it's all good looking at pictures, it's all good looking at reviews, but a statement like that makes me want to get hands-on and be like, okay, what's this all about? Clintastic 4 says, long live Snake. I agree. Snake is missed. It should come with every mobile phone. I also love a bit of Pac-Man as well. I should have brought that SH Figure Arts Pac-Man like Phil Jones, but I didn't. My bad. Okay, any other brand, Brandon? Obviously, Fortnite, I was just teasing a little bit. We can save Marvel Legends. Or we can save our most wanted Marvel Legend reveals for before we leave. But Power Rangers, I've sort of skimmed over you a little bit. So we talked about villains quite a lot with Shart here.
I'm hoping in space Silver goes up for pre-order or is like ready to order from stock. I hope they show SPD Yellow and tell us it's coming in the first wave next year. I hope they show us Dino Thunder Yellow and Black and say that's coming in the first wave.
Black's
next
Tommy,
year.
right?
So, Black is Tommy, yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that like by the end of the year, by the start of next year, we would have finished 5 teams. Mighty Morphin, Zeo, In Space, SPD, and Dino Thunder. I hope that they show a couple of villains. Probably won't, but I hope so. But we'll see. I think my most sort of reserved hopes are for Lightning Collection tomorrow. I think anything they show, I'll just say, yeah, okay, cool, and then pick it up when it comes into stock. I'm not pre-ordering Lightning Collection anymore.
Just gonna wait.
Just because over here it takes forever and a day to get here.
I wait like 6 months of these. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Exactly. When it does, which is fine. That's because there's.
Hang on, there's a super chat for Nathan real quick. Thank you, Nathan.
£5. As long as we get something Spider-Man anniversary related, I'll be extremely happy. BTW Brandon finally nabbed a Mafex Panther open mouth smile.
Thank you very much, Nathan. We always appreciate you. He says, as long as we get something Spider-Man anniversary related, I'll be extremely happy. By the way, Brandon finally nabbed a Mafex Panther.
Oh, that is one hell of a figure, man.
There you go. Some influencer points for Brandon there. Beast Warfers yellow, please, says Cap Lives. I'm sure Cap Lives is going to be very excited for tomorrow.
I think we have red and blue and gold Beast Morphers already.
He also says Lightning Collection reveals something from Jungle Fury, like you said as well.
Yeah, Jungle Fury could be cool. But yeah, we'll see. My hope though is that I'm setting my expectations very low, so that anything they do, I'll be pleased.
Lizzie Hart says,
like
Brandon, why does Dan have wires? It scares me. What does she mean? What wires?
No.
I don't know. Lizzie Hart, you confused me. What wires? Sorry, carry on, Brandon. I've properly interrupted you then. That comment threw me.
No, that's okay. Yes. So yeah, like I was saying, so I don't, because they take a while to get here for whatever reason, whether it's the wider world or otherwise. And usually, unless it's like
they're in stock, they don't sell out. Is what you're going? Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah, I've seen
they don't sell out, and
Is it Jason?
Some places will do quarterly sales that they go on half price.
So is it Jason Hunt? So I don't know if that's the name of this store.
Yes, Jason Hunt. I think he's in Malaysia. So has the Ninja Wave
arriving next week, which means that they're out of the factory. That's usually what that means. They're out of the factory. Obviously, because of the shipping delays and the ports all backed up, we don't know how long it will take to actually land on our shores. But like that's an example of a wave that I'm definitely going to get. Like I'm getting the Ninjetti figures, but I've not pre-ordered them because you just don't know. Tekken Collect shouts Beetleborgs. Again, I would love Beetleborgs figures. Do you know there was a rumoured list of a Beetleborgs Scarif collection, which is basically the 6-inch equivalent of Lightning Collection, but it was Scarif collection. It was a complete rumour. I think it was just concept art. But I was like, I hope this is true. And obviously it found nothing. Nothing happened. But it's owned by Saban, not by Hasbro. So I don't know if anyone has the Beetleborgs license. Not a clue. But I'd buy the figures. That is definitely something I watched with Power Rangers. I even remember VR Troopers. We are virtual reality. Do you remember that, Brandon? VR Troopers? We are virtual reality super strength. Virtual reality super. I think that's it.
Lizzie Hart says, Brandon, why does Dan have wires? Because I have AirPods.
Oh yeah, no, these are Beats. These are good. These are all right. Yeah, I just choose to have a wire just so because I don't want. Because I'm streaming live here, Lizzie. Right, and my computer's got Streamlabs on. I've got guests. I've got graphics on screen. I'm trying to read a chat. I don't want to add Bluetooth to that mix as well. Like I'd rather just plug a wire in. But it's fine. It's fine. Christmas is coming, Lizzie Hart, so I'd love some AirPods. I do have some AirPods, actually, so it's fine. Amanda, do you know, that was my Christmas present last year off Amanda. It was a good present. Obviously, no one buys me toys because no one really gets what I've got or whatever. But she brought me some AirPods, which was a great present. So
Yes, I was about to say that. I'm pretty sure that was Christmas, right?
yeah, last Christmas. Yeah, last Christmas.
Fortress Metimus says, when was Marvel's last stream? I think it was in August, and they haven't revealed much since then. I'm hoping to see quite a few reveals.
The last stream with the Spider-Man, the retro stuff. That's why I don't think we're going to get any more retro reveals. I do think they may reveal that deluxe retro that Dan Yoon teased, that said it's going to be on the big packaging like Kingpin. Everyone's assuming Rhino, but obviously we all know me and Brandon are hoping for a Hippo, but we doubt that's going to happen on the retro card. So we'll probably say Rhino. But
that's my top.
Imagine if it's Hippo now.
Weekend.
Imagine if it's Hippo.
Yeah, that would be so funny. That would be so funny. I keep turning around looking at the stuff because it's giving me ideas. But my main hopes for this weekend is I hope we see the full 20th lineup for those 4 figures, if it is 4 figures. Just because it will get everybody going crazy and buzzing. That Rhino and Blue Marvel.
I hope you see Blue Marvel. I'll be happy.
What I'm praying is his jacket ultimates look
and
not
pinless.
The cape look.
Yeah,
pinless.
What accessories would you like him? Would you like an interchangeable head or effects or what?
Yeah, that would be cool. If anything, I would take hands. If I was going to prioritize anything, I would take hands. You know, relaxed hands, or open palm hands and fists. I would take. That's my main thing. If we get an extra head, great. But my hope is that it's the Ultimates jacket look. Because if it's a cape, then I got to go out and get a soft goods cape.
Then you got to be hitting the inboxes of cosmic capes.
Capes, and I got to go and ask them to knock something up that's as amazing as always from them. Whereas if it's the jacket look, straight out of the box, it's like, bam, let's go. This is exactly what I wanted.
So before we get out of here, obviously, we think that Hasbro may reveal what next year's Walgreens exclusives are going to be. So we're not going to speculate what they are. We can save that for another stream. But I do want to use that as a perfect segue to show off, to sort of let you guys know. So obviously, friend of the channel, iComic Industries, has been supporting the channel, helping me do the reviews for the Eternals. He has the Walgreens exclusive binary in stock. And this week, he started international shipping. Okay? So if there you go. So I just wanted to let you guys know, iComic Industries, as I said, all the links are in the description to his Instagram, to the Twitter, to the website. Here I'm on the website right now, icomicindustries.com. All I did was type in binary. Binary's there, it's just come up. Now, obviously, it's for pre-order, but if you want to get yours locked in, international shipping is now live on iComic Industries, all right? So I'll be plugging this a little bit more, obviously, as little more reviews I do, but I just wanted to let my US friends know people have genuinely been inboxing me, asking, can you get Quasar? Can you get, not Namor, but who is it? The other one?
Quasar.
No. Nova, Quasar, and Binary. I've already sent. I sent 2 Novas and a Quasar to Rush. He got them all well and good. But now you can buy them direct from the store. So there you go. So iComic Industries, you can get Binary right now. As I said, go to the website. Links in the description. And as I said, maybe this week we'll find out what the next Walgreens exclusive theme is, because they said it's going to be a new theme, but another theme. And again, definitely before we go anywhere, Laserpants said that obviously the 2, I think, writers of the animated series are on. So I said in Legends and Liquor, my ultimate X-Men animated series figure for me personally, yes, I want Morph. Yes, I need Morph on the shelf. Make it happen with a couple of interchangeable heads. But I want Blue Beast with a smiley face and the glasses on the retro card, all right? Beast is my favourite X-Men character from that animated show. He stayed with me, been my favourite for a while. I love the Beast on the Blue Beast from Marvel Legends, but we never got that smiley face, that animated look. That's how I picture. That's my mind's eye version of Beast. I want him on that retro card. We've got Gambit, we've got Storm with the white outfit, we've got Rogue. Give me more of those A-list X-Men from that animated show on the retro card. So I'm hoping, I'm saying it out, I'm putting it into the universe right now. Blue Beast on Retro Card, all right? It's been a couple of years. Brandon was there when they first revealed that back in 2018 at MCM Comic Con, which is going to this weekend, but obviously Hasbro ain't there this time. But still, that's where they revealed it. It's been a few years. It's a pretty penny on the aftermarket right now, and they did do a retro release Beast, but it was the grey version that nobody wanted. So, Blue Beast Retro Card. I'm just putting that in the universe, Brandon. Have you got anything you want to just put in the universe before we get out of here? Just put it out there. I'm just putting it. You carry on. I'm just putting it out in the universe.
That for me, it's Deluxe Rhino and Blue Marvel. Either one.
Put it out in the universe, Brandon. Put it out in the universe.
There you go.
Put it out there.
There you go.
Put it out in the universe. It's out in the universe. Rich M says, Dan, I will send you a blue a Cadil paint, and the Grey Beast is currently £2 in the Entertainer. This weekend we need more. Okay. Well, I'll give you £2. And some commission to paint me a Blue Beast. Hang on, no, then you're going to have to take the figure off the card to put it back in the card. I may as well just cake a Blue Beast and put it back in the card anyway. That's a stupid idea, Rich. I know you're a super producer, but sometimes you have stupid ideas. That's a stupid idea. Why paint a Blue Beast when I have a spare Blue Beast and I can put on retro card? Anyway, I agree with Rich. We'd like a bit more. I'll put it out in the universe for you, Rich. It's out in the universe for you now. There you go. All right, beautiful. Brandon, pleasure. Thank you for talking toys. Next time we do this, we're going to have a lot more to talk about because HasCon would have come and gone. It would have happened. So, yeah, any final words? And then if not, let the people know where they can find you online.
As always, guys, hero.collections on Instagram. And, yeah, it should be a very exciting weekend. MCM Comic Con. Pulsecon, more importantly. So I am very excited for what we will know this time next week. Dan, thank you very much as always.
All good.
Shartimus, wherever he is now, thank you very much as always.
He's posting action figures. He does it every day.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, no, of course. Thank you to Shartimus. Honestly, I appreciate your time. And as I said, we were going to talk about Street Humans, but we wanted to focus on Hasbro Pulse because obviously it's this weekend. It's like super relevant. So we thought we'd focus on that for the short time we had Shartimus. So that is that. Obviously, thank you to Brandon as always. And thank you to everyone who joined in the chat. Real quick, let me do some credits before we go. It's been a while since I do these. I always forget to do them. So I'll do them right now. So to throw the credits up, thank you. Big thanks to everyone supporting the channel via the super chats. The Wolf Mother with an early super chat. Mark Tac Tac. We got Jesse Lewis, Bring Toys to Work, and Nathan. Subscribers, Jeffrey, Albert, and Denise. And then channel members, Rich, George, and your boys got toys. Use their channel membership token. So once again, super chats. Thank you very much to the Wolf Mother, Mark Tac Tac, Jesse, Bring Toys to Work with the massive epic super chat. And then Nathan as well. We always appreciate you. Thank you very much. Everyone who's still here right now in the chat, until the end of the stream. People come to the end, Brandon, just to see us do the awkward wave. That's the reason they're here.
Exactly. That's why they come for the Legends talk. They stay.
Yeah, they stay for the wave. Stay for the wave. Lizzie says I look drunk. I've drank a few Koppelbergs, but definitely not enough to get drunk. I was just putting it out in the universe, Lizzie. Just putting it in the universe. That's what it was. So yeah, just real quick, Brandon, you don't have to wave yet, just yet. I'm just going to say goodbye to some people. Abnogla, Dennis, Jack Dander, Zach Jan Dan, bloody yeah, he gets me every week, especially after a couple Koppelbergs. Zach, Jack Dan, Mike D, Jeffrey, Denise, Home Dude, Cloud, Mini Plastic Multiverse, Andy Davis with the Brandon emojis and the knives emojis. I don't know if he means he wants to kill you or he's just showing some love from the backstabbers. Probably the second one. Lizzie Part says awkward way. First for chicken, bring toys to work. So thank you, gentlemen. No, thank you. Damien, Air Extreme, George, Fortress Maximus, Wing or Lose says nice stream, Dan on Brandon. Thank you very much. Tom Mini Plastic Multiverse, of course. Yeah, we appreciate you. Now we can do some awkward waving. There we go. Awkward waving. Let's get out of here. We'll just do 30 seconds of awkward waving. If you're watching this on a replay, thank you very much. As I said, I hope you enjoyed our chat with Shartimus Prime, our speculation for Hasbro Pulsecon. If you're watching this before Hasbro Pulsecon, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. But yeah, you've only got tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. So hopefully you're watching this tonight and you can join the hype with us. Thank you.
This time tomorrow, we will all be pre-ordering Star Wars figures and Power Ranger figures like
hopefully. Crazy. I will be buying the pig. That pig, I'm getting that pig, Brandon. I know we didn't talk about the price because it's a subject that with nothing we can do about it. It's going to hurt, but I need that pig and I will use the lunchbox. I'll pack Amanda's lunch in it or something, even though she works from home. That'll be a bit weird, but I'll take it to her anyway. So yeah, I'll be getting that pig. and hopefully they reveal the rest of the Ninjetti at least, because there's still 2 from that we're missing. But yeah, we appreciate everybody. We're awkward waving out here. I can hear Amanda coming upstairs. That means she wants to watch the last episode of Midnight Mass. I'd recommend that if you're a fan of any haunted shows or you want to watch something this Halloween. Free plug for me there, Midnight Mass, all right? Send me a t-shirt. All right. Click a video on the screen. Click another video. Go and watch another video. Check out the playlist. Thank you to Brandon. Thank you to Shartimus. All the links are in the description. Thank you to everyone who came and watched the chat. Thank you to everyone for the super chats. Bring toys to work. You're a legend, my friend. And as always,
Yes,
we shall see you on the next one. Peace, Dan. Be safe, says in Paradise Universe. He's hating on me at the minute because I got a box and he didn't. His is in the post. It's just stuck in a port, I think.
I love this Hercules review.
I didn't. Don't like him that much. Odious is dead. No, he's not really.